Good evening and welcome inside District 20 Stadium in Colorado Springs, Colorado for District 20 high school football action. Tonight, the Liberty Lancers playing host to the Sierra Stallions in a non-conference football game. Hello, everyone. My name is Brian German. Alongside me is Vince Greco. And Vince, we've got two teams that have brand new head coaches and pretty much brand new teams.
We're going to learn a lot tonight about the Sierra Stallions and the Liberty Lancers. As you said, very young, new head coaches on the Sierra side. Dre Ursery didn't fall too far from the tree. An 05 grad from Sierra, but he's awfully ambitious and excited about his Stallions football team. And on the other side, Coach Gossage, two young teams tonight, Brian.
Yeah, very young team. Eric Gossage, though, not young as far as coaching goes. 26 years coaching. He's coached at Palmer. He's coached at Sand Creek. He's coached at Wasson and on down the line. He's done a great job, and he gave us his keys to the game. What will the Lancers have to do to beat Sierra? And here's a look at him. And he says, what does he say, Vince?
Win the turnover battle. Absolutely. That's important in any game you play, but tonight especially here at D20. Be solid on special teams. How many times do you hear coaches say we have to be great in all phases of the game? Be solid on special teams and play with effort and enthusiasm. He was all smiles tonight before this game. As you can see right there, Brian, his key word tonight, youth.
Yes, youth. They lost 22 seniors on this team, so they got a lot of players that haven't seen a lot of action. His starting quarterback, Dawson Dvorsky, will tell you more about him later, but started to basically a game and played a game and a half last season. We are about to kick off. Bryce Kazuski sends it deep for the Liberty Lancers, and back to receive it for Sierra is Demetrius Long. Cuts it up inside the Lancers. Trying to stop him. Nice move, cutting it back. Gets some open field. Gets one block. They're going to call that a clip. And he is back up and almost to the 40-yard line, but it's going to come back because there was a clip on the play, but a nice bit of running by Demetrius Long of Sierra.
It really was. He went one way, came back, reversed his field, and a lot of times you can pick up good blocking when you reverse your field, but as you saw clearly, a block in the back, and that will set the Stallions in a hole to start this game.
Not the way Coach Ursery wanted to start things, Ursery. We mentioned Dre Ursery, a 2005 graduate of Sierra High School, and now he's the head football coach.
And he has played in college, he's coached in college, so he brings some knowledge to the Sierra sidelines. We asked him about offensive formations, defensive formations, and he said, these kids are smart. We're going to adapt to whatever they're doing. They may have to spread it out. They may run a read option. We're going to have to wait and see. Like I said in the pregame, Brian, this is all new to us and everybody in the stadium. Two young teams trying to make their mark early. Lateral on that play.
And it was a lateral. It went out of bounds, and that's going to take them back. It's going to be second down and 6. Good call, Vince. Second down and 16. So Tuato in the backfield along with Elijah Smith. Smith wanted the handoff, and there's another flag. Sometimes you see this in the first game of the year, and this is the Stallions' first game of the year, as it is the Lancers. Lots of flags early on. Don't like seeing that. And there's the call.
It's a defensive penalty.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 after the officials mark this one off. Call it 2nd and 12. So Toby Tuatu again lines up with Elijah Smith in the backfield. He's got Burgess and Wilburn out to the right, and they hand it off up the middle. And good defense there by the Lancers to close that one off quickly.
They were a swarm on that play, and I like the creativity by Sierra. They came back misdirection, kind of a counter play, and that's that option, that read option that Coach Ursery had talked about.
So now Tuatu comes up on 3rd and 8. 3rd and long. We'll see what Liberty does on defense. They come inside. They hand it outside to Smith. And a nice tackle. Good job by Bryce Kazuski, who came up from his cornerback position and makes the tackle.
Great read by Kazuski as he comes up, flying up there, lowers his shoulders, gets them ankle tackle, and that will force the Sierra Stallions to punt.
Another look at it here. Kazuski went low. That sent Elijah Smith high, and it'll be the Stallions' first punt of the game. 4th and 7. And that penalty really hurt them on the kickoff return because they were out close to the 40-yard line. Now they're kicking the ball, and this young man is standing on the 5-yard line preparing to punt the ball away.
Very interesting return formation for the Lancers. They have 3 deep, 2 wide, and a blocker in the middle, and another flag thrown from the back judge way back, and it's going to be a delay of game against the Sierra Stallions.
And I would imagine that Coach Gossage is going to want to push him even further back, and he will. So it'll now be 4th and 12, and Desmond Eden will do the honors. He does a lot for this football team for Sierra. He plays running back. They split him out wide. He plays linebacker, and he also punts.
Again, interesting formation.
Dean sends it sky high. Not much of gets a nice roll, though, and the Stallions are going to down it. But what great field position for the Liberty Lancers. They're going to start just outside the Sierra 40-yard line.
Not a great punt. They are fortunate that one rolled another 10 yards. It looked like it was going to head out around the 30 and rolled another 10 yards. But as you said, Brian, the Lancers already deep in Stallion territory to start this game.
And let's look at the starters for the Lancer football team. Up front, the big guys, Kiari Kelly, Christian Tucker, Anthony J. at center, Jack Shaver, and Jaden Berry. Tight end Chris Smith, Musa Penne and Bryce Kazuski will split out wide. Dawson Dvorsky is your quarterback with Bryson Williams and Mike Cornelius in the backfield. And they'll come out, and it is not Dvorsky at quarterback. A little throw there. It's Grant Scruggs lining up. And they get it out to Dvorsky, and he throws it high, and they can't come down with it on the outside. A little trick play right out of the bat for Coach Gossage, and it's incomplete as they were trying to get the ball out there to Musa Penne. Let's look at it again.
Take another look. Just a little bit overthrown, and it was a little bit loft under that ball that gave the defensive back, see it wobble there, a little bit of time to recover and knock that one away. But we've got also a penalty against Liberty on their first offensive play. So as you said, it's been kind of sloppy here to start this. That would be the 4th penalty, and we haven't played 3 minutes here in the first quarter.
And that's a big penalty. They're going to take it all the way back. It's going to be 2nd and 20 as a hold on the play in the backfield. So now Dawson Dvorsky will be under center. Scruggs out of there. They came with a trick play on that, but
ball's on the ground.
20. The ball is on the ground. Sierra's got it. Picked up, and he could go. On the run, that is number 2 for the touchdown, Elijah Smith. Boy, he found some opening there that he couldn't find behind his own offensive line, and that gives Sierra a 6-0 lead.
Well, we'll take another look at this. We need to see who that defensive lineman was that fought through that gap, broke it up. Number 45 for the Stallions. That's Ox Plave from Russia.
Yeah.
Russian young man.
Exchange student from Russia. Ox Plave gets through, knocks that ball out of there, just creates havoc. And what a great job as Elijah Smith went in for the touchdown. Sierra shocking Liberty right now because Liberty had such great field position, big penalty, and now a touchdown for the Stallions. And in to kick it is Desmond Eden.
Big crowd here tonight for Liberty, and they are quiet right now. The extra point is blocked away by the Lancers.
And so it'll stay 6-0. The Lancers thwart the extra point, and they will come to the sideline, and now we'll see what they can do with Sierra having to kick off. But 6-0, that's got to be a shocker for Coach Gossage. But you see him out there saying, hey, guys, get your heads up. It's a long football game.
And it's going to be a long season, too, for these Stallions. We mentioned they lost 22 seniors to graduation. They have a stable of young players out here tonight. So it's going to be a learning experience for both of these teams. As this game wears on, though, you have to wonder about the depth of the Sierra Stallions. I think we counted before the game. There's no more than 26 players on the sidelines for Sierra. It's a warm night here at District 20 Stadium. Some of these guys have to play offense and defense. So that may play a factor as we progress through this football game.
You mentioned 78 degrees out here at District 20 Stadium, and the wind's blowing from the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So Sierra will kick this off. Desmond Eden is ready to kick it off, and back for the Lancers is Musa Penne. He's the single man back to receive this kickoff. Deeden approaches, sends it high in the air.
Offsides.
And yes, Sierra illegal procedure. They'll have to kick it again. And I think Liberty knew that maybe Sierra was using a a different player, not your standard kicker, not just someone that kicks all day in practice. In Desmond Eden, he's kicking it short, and they are ready to return this thing with Musa Penne.
And Penne's lined up at the 20-yard line, so again, the Lancers should end up with pretty good field position for their second possession of the first quarter.
And we'll see how the Lancers block this one. He's got Scruggs as an up back.
Short kick.
Penne's got it at the 23. Brings it up across the 33 to the 40. He's got a cut. He's got room. Across the 50 to the 40. Picks up a block and gets inside the 30-yard line down to the 27. What a great return by Musa Penne.
What a great return is right. And you talk about, watch right here. Boom! What a quick burst of speed to get to the outside. Tries to pick up a block, and a nice job of tracking down Penne by number 4, Isaiah Wilburn of the Stallions. Otherwise, it's a 6-6 game.
Bryce Kazuski was out there with a nice block on the outside. Good job by all those guys up front with big blocks. Jack Shaver among them getting Musa Penne to spring loose there, and Liberty is back in business at the 33-yard line, but we got a flag. Excuse me. We got a flag back at the 47-yard line, and it may be coming back on a clip.
Wow, I did not see that flag initially.
I think
must
it
have
grew
come
out of the ground.
I did too.
It was like a yellow flower. I didn't see it.
This is that's a tough penalty for Liberty. They had the ball, should have had it on inside the 25-yard line. Now they're backed up all the way to the 36. Wow, big penalty.
Still decent field position. And quick check of the cameras. We've got nothing. Did not see it. We got a clip. So now Musa Penne splits to the left. And Dawson Dvorsky gets under center. He hands it off up front, and right in there for the tackle, big number 72, Jesse Alvarez, comes right through for the Sierra Stallions. And so far, that Liberty offensive line not looking too good.
And on the opposite side, the defensive line for Sierra, they've been in the backfield more than the Lancers running backs. They are making a living back there. It's only been 2 plays, I get it, but somebody's not picking up these offensive linemen for the Sierra Stallions.
Cyrus Pelt comes off, and now this time they go with Penne and Smith and Kazuski split to the left. Dawson Dvorsky with one to the right. Gets it to Musa Penne. He breaks the tackle, cuts it inside, tried to get it to the 40-yard line, basically gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 3rd down, call it 9. Here's another look at it.
Very quick reaction by the Stallions. Nice play call by Liberty, a little inside slant, and Penne takes it back outside. We can tell early on, we saw the electric kickoff, and they want to get the ball in the hands of Penne because he makes things happen once he gets it in his hands.
Nice short pass for Dawson Dvorsky, maybe warm him up into the game. This time he's back to pass again. Sending it deep down the field. Got the big man Smith down there, tried to get up and get it, but it's knocked away by Burgess for Sierra. Good job defensively as Tristan Burgess was back there. Burgess, one of the players that their coach talked about pregame.
And he's one of the captains on this team. Again, I think just a little too much loft on this football. It's kind of a jump ball. Maybe the Lancers were looking at that as a punt situation. No harm done if it's intercepted.
Chris Smith had 8 receptions for 90 yards last year. That put him at 5th on the team. But like you said, losing 22 seniors, they lost 5 of their top 6 rushers, 5 of their top 6 receivers. So literally very, very young football team. And it looks like now Musa Penne is going to go back and try and punt this ball away.
See, what a great option here. He is going to punt it, but on any broken play, this is the kid that has the moves.
We got a flag before they even snap the ball in the backfield. Sierra, nope, that's against the Lancers again. 5 more yards back.
A lot of penalties. That's the 4th penalty called against Liberty in this football game. And as I said, we've got 8 minutes and 6 seconds to go.
So now it's going to be 4th and 14, I believe.
Penne back to punt. He is a multi-purpose athlete. We've seen him catch it, return punts. Now he's going to punt it. I don't think we can see this too early here in this game. I don't think they would fake it, but he's a great option. He can get out and make things happen.
And Elijah Smith. Whoa.
There he goes.
Here he comes. Musa Penne, and they were not expecting that. He still needs 10 yards to get the first down. Cuts it up inside and gets it. And the Lancer fans go crazy as Musa Penne gets that ball right to midfield for a first down.
And I have to believe that's a design play. He didn't look to punt this ball at all. Look at that. There's a high snap, brings it down, and he is gone. Makes a nice move here, avoiding the tackle of number 4 from the Stallions. That was Isaiah Wilburn, just enough to get to midfield and a first down.
Huge play for the Lancers right there. Musa Penne on 4th down. Mark it down. He did a great job picking up about 18 yards on 4th and 14. So now it's 1st and 10. Ball right at midfield. Split out left. Adrice Hickman.
And we have a timeout called on the field by the Lancers, Brian.
Timeout by the Lancers. We'll keep it right here in chalk. Eric Gossage. Wonder what maybe he saw something in the Sierra defense he didn't like there, but I'm sure he's probably just trying to get his team to just calm down a little bit. They've had too many mistakes so far.
Too many penalties. They've had a turnover return for a touchdown. Again, I think that was a designed fake punt, but the snap was high. Penne had to bring that ball down. He made something, gained 18 yards. And more importantly, maybe Coach Gossage is talking to that offensive line about getting a helmet on that defensive line of Sierra because they are tough. They are not allowing the Lancers to set up anything offensively.
Yep, so far that the big men up front for Sierra have been dominant on the line. So we'll have to see. Maybe Coach Gossage, who was the line coach for this Lancer team for the last 2 years, now he's the head coach. You better believe that he's not happy with their offensive line so far.
Nope, and that was a quick timeout. I think what he wants to see here, as you said, calm things down, settle it down, get down the field. You don't have to get it in one play. We've seen Liberty try to go deep on the opening play and just a few moments ago. Just a few yards at a time. Let's see if they can get a sustained drive going here.
They hand it to the fullback up the middle. He gets 2 yards on that one. Mike Cornelius. That's not Mike Cornelius. That was Caleb Sheltons, who's a junior running back, 5'5", 150 pounds, small for a fullback in there, but he gets 2 yards. In comes Kazuski with the play now.
Yeah, not a lot of room up front. I like the quick play, right? Hitting that fullback right off the center.
We'll see if Bryson Williams gets his first carry of the game here. Dvorsky under center. Gets it to Williams. He cuts it up inside. Nice move. Gets hit. And he goes down just shy of a first down, and that's the kind of running that Coach Gossage wanted to see. A nice hole up front.
Watch this time. A nice cross block by the offensive line as they trap across, opening up that hole. And a near first down for Liberty. I like that, Brian, because it's very quick. Just making that off tackle, off guard play very quick.
And I believe Sierra called a timeout this time. And the Lancers will get another talking to. Gossage stays away from his offense this time. Lets his coordinators talk to the team. And it's going to be 3rd and 2. It's like a long 2, though, Vince. So the way they've been running the football with the absence of that last play, this is a tough call here for the Lancers.
I'd like to see him do maybe the same thing again. You saw the trap block from the guard coming across, taking the nose tackle, and it was very quick. That just allowed momentarily a brief seam for Desmond Eden to get through there, one of the captains on this Liberty football team. I would not be surprised if they go right back to it again.
Dawson Dvorsky brings him up to the line. Penne split to the left. Hickman to the right. They give it up the middle, and he's hit hard right before it. He did not get the first down. They were going to say he was down about a yard shy. It's going to be 4th and 1 and a big hit up the middle as Liberty could not get the first down.
Same play to the right side this time, and no hesitation by Coach Gossage. He's going for it here. Take another look. You saw the lineman, and inside trap, and a nice tackle. Looked like that was number 2, Elijah Smith, who not only stripped the football but made the tackle.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. Had that touchdown earlier on the fumble recovery and return. So Dawson Dvorsky comes up. Williams behind him. And Dvorsky, the quarterback, sneak, and it looks like they will have enough. If you listen to the Liberty players, they got a first down. Let's see what the officials think.
I think they got it, and I think the help of one of the running backs pushing the Lancers quarterback Dvorsky up through that hole. Take another look. You see number 7 put his shoulder down. Bryson Williams helping Dvorsky get through there and picking up that first down.
So first down, Liberty. Took them 4 downs to do it. You get 4 downs. They give you 4 downs. Dawson Dvorsky brings them up. This time a single setback. He's got trips left, 1 to the right.
Another flag.
And another flag, and I believe that's going to be Bryson Williams, who was split in the slot, who moved a little bit early. And it's illegal procedure. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15. Lancers got to quit seeing those hankies on the field.
Well, they've had 5 penalties. That's 4 more than they have first downs.
Wow.
That math's not going to win you many football games, Brian.
I'm glad you're doing the math tonight.
I can give you a little break.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sierra's 2 field goals. Again, trips left, Dawson under center. He goes back to pass, gets a nice block, lofts it out here to a wide open player in Williams. He makes a nice move. Oh, it cuts back twice and gets inside the 15-yard line but loses the ball. Look out, Sierra's got it, running it in the end zone, and he's going to come out.
There's a lot
that
going
ball
on
is
here.
still live and tackled down in the end zone, number 8 for Sierra. That's Connor Burgess, who came up with the fumble recovery. It's going to be Sierra ball. Wow, what a play. Bryson Williams, a hero to GOAT.
And then this is
Look at the nice cutbacks.
Oh, Desmond Eden, great move, great block. But watch here, he switches the ball to the inside arm. You want to keep that on the outside arm, like towards the sideline. Just probably a youth mistake, and then the ball is scooped up. Second huge costly turnover for the Lancers.
Bryson Williams is not going to sleep well tonight if things don't turn around for the Lancers. But the Lancer defense has Sierra in a pickle right now because the Stallions have the ball down at their own 10-yard line. And we'll see what Toby Tuatu can do with the ball. He's got Elijah Smith in the backfield. Comes with him. Hands it off to Burris. Burris is going to take it around the left-hand side, and Musa Pena can't get him. Burris with some space gets a first down out across the 20-yard line. He's still on his feet, and now the Lancers are going to wrangle him down over there, but not before Burris got the first down.
Watch the block on the outside to seal this on the defensive end. So they're going wide right there. They suck that guy back in, and then it's electrifying on the outside, and good hard running by the Stallions, Tristan Burris.
Tuatu looking for more. 4:50 left, first quarter. They'll hand it up inside to Smith. This time he bounces it outside. Look out, getting around the Lancers. And he's knocked up out of bounds. It looks like maybe his chin strap came popping off. A big hit, but he pops right up. And he's clapping in the faces of the Lancers.
Yeah, the big hit put on here. It looks like that's Grant Scruggs, another captain on this Liberty football team. Let's see what happens here as he lowers the boom. 2 Lancer players come in. Great thing about a hit like that, everybody's okay. Now the officials are talking amongst themselves.
Well, they threw a flag because I think they were saying unsportsmanlike conduct, and I'm not sure. The Sierra player got up and was clapping in the face of the Liberty Lancer.
Right, and then Scruggs came up with a little like chest bump to the Stallions, and here's the call by the official.
After the play, unsportsmanlike. It's going to be against, Elijah Smith of Sierra, and that's tough.
He made a nice run, had nothing inside, and then comes out. They're trying very hard to keep these games under control.
Elijah Smith, a 15-yard penalty. That was huge. As it'll now go way back. It's going to be second down. Here's his again. There he is clapping behind Scruggs' head.
Right.
And that's what he just called for, unsportsmanlike.
You and I are a little bit old school. Hey, pretend you've done it before.
Act like you've been there before.
Yep, get up. Get back to the huddle.
They give it to Smith again. Here he comes up the middle. And he takes a Lancer for a ride. And that tackle made by Jacob Waters, but not before he picked up another 5 yards with him on his back.
Step right there. He follows that block as the lineman's taking him inside. He really sees the field well, does Elijah Smith.
Just 5'8", 145 pounds. Tuatu snaps. They're going to come to the option to left. Nice fake. Cuts it up inside. Gets another first down for Sierra. And after that big unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, that is a huge first down.
Sierra's starting to get a little rhythm on offense. Good blocking by the line. And it's just kind of like that read. You take that right down the line of scrimmage until you find that seam, and then you break it up. Sierra doing a good job of reading the Liberty defense right now.
Tuatu back in that shotgun formation. This time it's Eden in the backfield with him. He gives it to Desmond Eden. Eden up inside, and this time the Lancers are ready for the run as he gets taken down.
Looked like the initial contact might have been by Zachary Furman, who got him by the ankles to slow him down.
And Jaden Smith helped to bring him down, the big junior nose guard. So Tuatu now looking at 2nd and 8 with Desmond Eden in there. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Tuatu checks it out. Looks back, pumps once, goes deep, got a man back there. It's Burgess, he's got the ball. What a big catch and another big play for the Sierra Stallions.
It sure was. There's a lot of air under that ball too, but Burgess, man, read it like an outfielder in baseball.
Actually, it was Demetrius Long under there. Sorry, I thought it was a 9, not a 3, but nice throw by Tuatu, and here comes Demetrius Long with a big catch. No, I stand corrected the first time.
It's hard to read those numbers from up here.
It is. It was Burris. My bad. Burris having a huge game. Tuatu with the snap. Desmond Eden takes it up the middle. He's cut it inside the 20, and he's still on his feet. Look at him, staying on his feet, the big man. Going down to the 15-yard line, taking hits all the way, but staying up.
That's video game stuff. Take a look at this. One hit, one missed tackle, spin move, bam, and then he's going to keep going. He almost broke it, but it's a shirt tackle by the Lancers that saves another touchdown.
And Tuatu in there, still Desmond Eden in the backfield. He gets it, cuts it up inside once again, and the Lancers are right there, and a big hit comes in from the side by number 17, Christopher Comines, as 2 Lancers were holding him up, and now we've got
2 injured players on the field.
Lancers down. Desmond Edens gets up, and he's taken away by Tuatu, but the Lancer is still down on the field.
Is there a rule in high school, and I'm not being funny here, if you take your helmet off on the field, is that a penalty, or do you have to leave it on?
Well, when the ball is dead, it just depends. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll find out who the Lancer is down there, let you know how he's doing right after this on 20 TV. Back at District 20 Stadium, Logan Schlepp of the Lancers was able to walk off the field of his own power. So he is on the sidelines. Looks a little banged up, though. Sierra back in action, 2nd and 8. Tuatu takes the snap, got Smith back in the backfield. He's going to throw to the end zone, got a man. Touchdown, Sierra. That is number 4, Isaiah Wilburn with the score. That makes it 12-0 Stallions.
He was wide open. Great play action by the Stallions. Sierra on that drive, 2 for 2 passing. Take another look here. All kinds of time. Just drops back, surveys the secondary, and boom, wide open is the Stallions' Isaiah Wilburn. That was just a really nice drive by the Stallions.
Stallions will go for 2. Tuatu cuts inside, and there's a flag right at the line of scrimmage. That might back it up. And we'll see what that is, but here's another look at the touchdown.
All kinds of time for that quarterback, Tuatu, and a wide open Wilburn in the back of the end zone.
Great job by Mike Byram running the camera down there for 20 TV. Great shot. Always helps out when they throw the football right at your lens. But great shot, Mike.
That's anticipation.
Yep. So Tuatu now in there with Smith in the backfield. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right, looking for the 2-point conversion. Back to pass, going to run it. And the Lancers snuffed that out. Nope.
Still alive.
Got out of there, dropped the ball, picked it back up. Now a man in the end zone, got it. The 2-point conversion is good for Burgess. And the Stallions are shocking the Liberty Lancers right now. Make it 14-0.
Yeah, they really have. And what a move put on by that quarterback, Tuatu. He is dead to rights. 3 Lancers thought they had him wrapped up. He bounces to the outside and standing right on the corner of the end zone for a 2-point conversion. The captain, Tristan Burris. And just like that, it's 14-0. 2:17 to go in the first quarter. The Stallions have capitalized on 2 Liberty turnovers and turned them into touchdowns.
Tuatu, just the escapability to get out of there and then find Burris in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Coach Gossage told us before the game, I said, what are you worried about Sierra? And he said their athleticism, and that is showing it right there. Tuatu just breaking tackles. We've seen Eden break tackles. We've seen Smith break tackles. We've seen Smith and Tuatu break ankles.
Yeah. No doubt about it. And you're right. What Coach Gossage said, he could not pinpoint one person over there. He said they have athletes.
Yep.
And we're seeing that tonight.
We certainly are. Desmond Eden ready to put this ball in play. Lancers come out. Musa Penne would like to have a big return without a clip this time. Lancers really, penalties and mistakes have hurt Liberty so far, but there is so much time left in this football game. Still 2:17 left in the first.
I wouldn't kick this ball anywhere near Penny. We saw how explosive this kid can be and hits him right in the numbers.
At the 22-yard line, Penne takes it to the 30. Backs up a little bit, comes forward and runs over a couple of Stallions, maybe out to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Lancers will start.
Liberty has had great field position to start these drives tonight. They've just shot themselves in the foot. Fumble return for a touchdown. Looked like the Lancers going to walk in for a score of their own. Fumble at the 5-yard line. And then Sierra takes it the length of the field.
So the Lancers, if they can just clean up the mistakes, a lot of football to be played, can get right back into this thing.
Patience. As you said, there is a ton of time. We have 3+ quarters of football to go. You don't need it all on one play. Just grind it down the field.
Dawson Dvorsky with trips right. See if they run some kind of screen over there. No, they hand it off up the middle. And here he comes, cutting to the outside and diving across for the first down. A great job by Caleb Sheltons, the junior running back for the Lancers.
This is kind of what Sierra's been doing all night. You get down the line, you follow your blocks. When you see that gap, you turn it up the field and you go. And that was a great play by Liberty.
Caleb Sheltons with a nice run on that one. He's gotten the most ground rushing the football for the Lancers tonight. And they come back this time and go trips left. Musa Penne and Smith out there with Kazuski. Dawson looking that way. Throws it. Oh, almost intercepted. As Penne was trying to come in and get the screen pass. And a good look there for the young man who just scored the touchdown, Isaiah Wilburn, to come up and try and pick that thing off.
And we talked about how many two-way players there are for the Sierra Stallions. Wilburn, one of them, and obviously for good reason. He's making plays on both sides of the football.
Wilburn, Burris, Smith, Eden. Well, when you got only 26 guys on your roster, a lot of them are going to play a lot. Put it that way. Now we got the traditional tailback in there, Bryson Williams. He gets the handoff, but he is smothered right away for a loss of 2. And a good job again by that Sierra defense, 45 and 51. Doing a great job in there. Tyrell Valentine and Ox Plouvet.
We've called his name a lot tonight. One of the things that the Lancers are doing a pretty good job of is they really are switching up their offensive sets. We've seen trips right, we've seen trips left. We saw the traditional power I on that last set, just following the fullback through that 2 gap on the right-hand side.
Dawson back to throw it again, and it's picked off. And here comes Sierra again to the house. No one in his way. Touchdown for Wilburn, his second of the day. 1 offense, 1 defense.
Unbelievable. The Liberty crowd in front of us right now is shocked. He read this from the snap of the football. Look at the eyes of the quarterback. Boom. Perfect timing. And Wilburn is off to the races. You're not going to catch him. He almost had it 2 plays ago. This time he makes sure that's the 3rd turnover and a 3rd score off of a turnover for the Stallions.
So the Sierra Stallions shocking Liberty right now, 20-0. They will try and kick it again this time, although no, they will go for 2 again. They had a tough kick by Eden the first time, so they got Smith in the backfield along with Tuatu. Tuatu with the snap. Looks. Now he's going to run around in there. He goes down, and a good job defensively by number 51 for Liberty, Jack Shaver.
Junior defensive linebacker. Take another look at the touchdown. Just a perfect read by the defensive back and a little jaunt into the end zone. What is Coach Gossage telling his players now on the sidelines?
He's got to get them up. He's got to get this team fired up. He said, one of the keys of the game, he was trying to get them enthusiastic, have more enthusiasm than Sierra. And right now it's tough to have some enthusiasm down 20 points. So you're down 3 touchdowns.
Well, yeah, and talking to the head coach of Sierra before the game, Dre Ursery, he talked about his offense, he talked about his defense, but I got the impression it was offensively where he thought that they would really shine tonight. And they've done well, but their defense has really stymied the Lancers here in this first quarter.
You're right, Vince. They had some mistakes, obviously, but the more costly mistakes are the turnovers. You want to win the turnover battle. They're not winning it right now.
Again, I'll reiterate the fact that there is a ton of time left in this game. Sierra cannot get complacent. Liberty has to take care of the football. That's the bottom line, and I think right there, that's a smart move by the Stallions. Do not kick that ball away and let Musa Penne have a chance to.
Jamin Henry came up with that ball and got it right there. So the Lancers at 35-yard line. If you're Coach Ursery, you don't care. They've had good field position all night long, and you've stopped them. You've come up with turnovers and points off those turnovers. That's 2 defensive touchdowns, Vince.
I'm kind of speechless at that. If you would have told me that, and then in the first quarter alone.
Yeah.
Stein's playing that 3-4 defense. Nice trap play this time by Liberty. Ooh, nice hit.
And I like the running. Good job by Caleb Sheltons, who's been everything for the Lancer running game today and just unstoppable here. He just will not go down.
Well, he's got that low center of gravity. Only 5'5", 150 pounds. He gets low to the ground, and it's tough to bring that kid down.
It's about your size, huh?
I'm just a skosh taller than that, but not much.
So Dvorsky under center. Again, Shelton's in the backfield, trips right. Dvorsky back to pass. They get it to Penne. Penne, nice move. Steps inside, gets a first down and across midfield into Sierra territory, and that's where the Lancers want to be, and the fans still with him. They're clapping. They like that move by Musa Penne.
Take another look. Looks the field, cuts outside, and then just uses his speed to pick up that first down and 12 more yards.
Desmond Eden with the tackle for Sierra. So Dvorsky comes back up, and again, they'll go with Williams, Smith, and Penne split out as trips. They're either right or left. This time they go to the right, and we've got a timeout.
Into the
end
quarter.
of the quarter, 20-0. Sierra ahead of Liberty. We'll come back with the second quarter of this one. You're watching high school football on 20 TV. Brian German and Vince Greco joining you from District 20 Stadium. We're going to flip sides of the field, and the Liberty Lancers hoping they can flip the scoreboard because right now they're down 20-0, but they are moving the football. Dawson Dvorsky and company lining up on the left, trying to get that ball into the end zone on the right side. Dvorsky pits it up the middle. This is Shelton. Shelton gets it to the 40 and another first down, and suddenly the Lancers are clicking.
Inside trap play again. Great job of blocking by the Lancers. And this is what they have to do. I've said it all night long. You don't need a quick strike. Just take your 5, your 10 yards at a time. March that ball down the field. There is so much time in this game. Liberty will come back in this football game.
I believe you. I'm right there with you. Elijah Smith with the tackle on that one for Sierra. And here we come. Williams, Smith, and Penne. Split right. Dvorsky hands it off again up the middle. Shelton's, and again gets hit, but like yards after the hit for Shelton's tonight. So far, I'd say about 30.
Yeah, he just is a bull in a china shop. Lowers his shoulder, and he is running hard.
Now he's got the stars and stripes on his arm there.
Nice little sleeve.
Is that a real sleeve or is that a?
Yeah, that's a yeah.
It's called a sleeve, right? When you have a tattoo.
Yeah, that's a fake one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
This is it's a real sleeve.
Yeah.
Okay. Dvorsky under center. He's got Williams behind him. This time Williams takes a pitch, going to come to the outside. Nice move as he tried to get it to the outside, but maybe spent too much time in the backfield, and the Stallions take him down.
Swarming tackle by Sierra. A lot of times when you see that power sweep either side of the field, you've got to find a spot and turn it up. Should have done it right there, but instead goes outside, and that allows the defense to string that play all the way out to the sidelines for a loss of 4 on the play.
Desmond Eden came up and made that tackle. 2nd and 14, not where Coach Gossage wanted his team to be right here, but they are inside the 40-yard line. Let's see if they can capitalize.
I think he's a little gun shy to try and throw it.
Yeah. Trips left. Williams, Penne, Smith out there. Dvorsky under center. Takes a snap. Looking that way. Finds Penne. No. Penne took his eyes off the ball and went through his hands. And incomplete. They've run that play several times. A little wide receiver screen out there. Penne cuts in. If he caught that, he probably could have gotten close to a first down.
He had a lot of open field out there. Plus, when you run that screen, wide receiver screen out left, out of that trips formation, you've got 2 instant blockers out there. So if he gets by that first line of defense with his speed and his moves, who knows what would have happened there.
Bryce Kazuski brings the play in for the Lancers, and this time they will go with just 2 wideouts to the right. So you got Smith and Penne to the right, Williams and Kazuski to the left, with Shelton's in the backfield on 3rd and 14. Dvorsky back to pass. Goes deep, almost intercepted once again as Kazuski tried to get that.
I think that was Tristan Burris who nearly picked this one off. Is that a number 9 back there? And if he does, Brian, that would be the 3rd defensive touchdown of the night because there was nobody in front of him.
So 4th and 14. Looks like the Lancers are going to try and at least line up like they're going to go for it. Nope. Musa Pene's back, and he's counting. He's a punter.
Remember what he did last time. He had no hesitation, pulled down the high snap, and he ran it for 16 yards on a first down.
I'm sure Sierra remembers that. Again, a high snap. This time he's going to boot it out of there. Kicks it, and it's fielded at the 2-yard line. Maybe wisely, maybe unwisely, but cutting it up inside, and a great move, and Sierra still on the run. What a great return for the Sierra Stallions, and that was Burgess again.
So if you could see me in the booth right now, I am shaking my head. Why are you picking that ball up at the 1-yard line? The cardinal rule, anything inside the 10, you let it go, right?
Yep.
But look at the athleticism again and the moves to get outside. And it was Pene, the punter, the all-around player for Liberty, who brings him down in front of the Stallions bench.
Actually, that was Connor Burgess, number 8. All these numbers look alike to me. Sorry, Vince. Sorry, and I apologize to you watching. But Connor Burgess with the nice return there. That was one of those, don't. Okay, go. 2-on-2. Sends Smith in motion. Now looks deep down the middle, and it's intercepted. Finally some good for the Liberty defense. And it's Scruggs coming back, tried to stiff arm a man, and he is taken down by Burgess. Look out, the Lancer fans are crazy for Grant Scruggs.
They needed something good to happen, and Scruggs, playing center field here, the free safety, reads the eyes of the quarterback. Ball was overthrown. Scruggs knows what to do with it as he heads upfield. Liberty fans on their feet. Maybe, just maybe, that's the spark that the Lancers need.
And young football players, I want you to see what Burgess did on that play for Sierra. Scruggs tried to stiff arm him, and Burgess said, "You're going to give me your hand? I'm going to take it," and pulled him down with it. Smart move by the Sierra Stallion. So Dvorsky now lines up in the shotgun with Shelton's behind him and trips left this time. Dvorsky looks that way, had Penny out there. He's going to go high in the air. Penny's there, can't bring it down, and he is knocked hard out of bounds by Burgess.
That was a hospital pass.
Yeah, we used to call that a barbecued rib ball.
Yeah, watch again. The ball a little high, and this is what's been happening all night for both of these quarterbacks. Dvorsky sends it up high, and it wasn't as bad as it looked. And live action there, takes a shoulder, but still, you don't want to be on the receiving end of that hit too often.
Oh, no. When the ball's taking that long to get somewhere and you've got to raise your hands in the air to catch it, you're just like a sitting duck. Second down 10.
And the Lancers have had so much success moving the football on the ground. I'm surprised they're throwing it as much as they are.
So Dvorsky, tough snap, handles it, looks inside for Pene, and overthrows him this time. And Dvorsky looks a little bit harried right there. He looks like he's worried more about the rush.
Well, a high snap to begin with, so we had to bring it down. And by the time he did, the amazing thing about the Stallions, they're playing 3-4, and they're getting a lot of pressure with just 3 interior linemen on Dvorsky.
So Dvorsky comes to the sideline, gets the play. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Musa Pene will go split left along with Smith, the tight end. And coming to the right is Adrees Hickman, as well as Bryson Williams.
Could be a little draw here.
They got Shelton's in the backfield behind Dvorsky. Dvorsky gets a block from Shelton, now finds Smith, and again, almost intercepted by Burgess over there for Sierra.
Brian, I think that Dvorsky and this offense is a little bit shell-shocked right now at how quick the defensive backs are of these Stallions. They break on the ball like lightning.
4th down, the Lancers. Good thing there's lots of time left in this football game for Coach Gossage to get his team to settle down. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he puts Scruggs in at quarterback. You know, Scruggs started the game at quarterback. He wasn't listed as the starter, but he took the first snap for this team, got it to Dvorsky, who threw an incomplete pass. And Penny gets the punt away, and this one is going to go into the end zone. So the Stallions will take over way up the field, and the Lancers will have to regroup once again. 9:15 left, second quarter, 20-0 Sierra.
When we talked to Coach Gossage before the game, he talked about what a great athlete Scruggs was, that he is the backup quarterback. And I found it interesting at that time that he would point out that he's the backup quarterback.
Right.
So to your point, we may see him at some time, some period in this football game.
Tuatu lines up in the shotgun. Desmond Eden behind him. Eden gets the call and goes up the middle, and he is taken down. A nice tackle there by Jack Shaver, who's been making some good tackles for the Lancers tonight. It's going to be 2nd down and 9.
Sierra keeping the ball on the ground, coming off their first turnover of the game, which is an interception.
Well, Coach Ursery with a 20-point lead. Why not try and run some clock? And they hand it to Smith, coming to the left, and he jukes 2 players, but 3 more Lancers are there to bring him down. A good job defensively for Liberty.
That was a great job. If we look at that again, I believe it's number 87 and 87 right there stayed home. He did not fall for that reverse, and it was an awesome job by Chris Smith, another captain on this Liberty football team.
And Gage Feldman comes up with the tackle, but Smith, you're right, staying home. Big number 87. Now he comes on the blitz. He's looking for Tuatu. He's got him right from behind, and he takes him down. Chris Smith, 2 big plays in a row for the Liberty Lancers.
And he just fought through that block. You could see it coming from the outside. Watch the left of your screen. Here comes Smith. Big arms, wraps him up, and down goes the Stallions quarterback Tuatu.
And how about Smith trying to bring down that big arm, trying to force the turnover. And I believe Tuatu is still down on the field for Sierra. We will take another break as the trainers come out. We'll tell you how Toby Tuatu's doing when we come back. You're watching high school football on 20 TV. Welcome back to District 20 Stadium. Sierra Stallions defeating Liberty 20-0 here in the second quarter. Brian German alongside Vince Greco. And some good news but not great news for the Sierra Stallions as their quarterback, Toby Tuatu, was taken off the field, didn't get there without some assistance. And it looks like maybe his ankle turned under him there. He was limping off the field severely. And Vince, you mentioned something. There's only 36 players on this team, and we look at the roster and we only see one with the letters Q and B by his name.
Yeah, that's a concern for the Sierra Stallions. And again, you don't see a lot on that tackle, but Tuatu was down for an awful long time. Both teams' trainers were out there working on him, and he did limp off. And it's going to be 4th down for Sierra, and I believe this is their first punt of the game.
I believe you're going to stand corrected because Desmond Eden had kicked one earlier.
Kicked off.
He's missed an extra point. He's had 2 punts. Desmond Eden. Tough snap. Picks it up. He's going to try and run with it. And the Lancers right here bring him down. And look out because the Liberty Lancers are going to have the football at Sierra's 21-yard line. I think Deaton just took off because he didn't feel comfortable punting after the botched snap.
Exactly. He didn't have time. There was a Lancer or two bearing down on him, and he tried to make something out of nothing. And then there's that number, big 87 again. We've called his name all night, Chris Smith.
3 big plays in a row by Chris Smith, the senior tight end, outside linebacker.
Another great starting position for the Lancers inside the 20-yard line. See if they've got some red zone work up their sleeve here.
Dvorsky under center, gives it to Sheltons. He cuts it inside on the trap, gets it in down to the 16-yard line. Give him a couple. It's going to be 2nd and 8. I tell you just get the feeling, maybe it's because we're on the Liberty side of the field, but you get the feeling that if they can get a score in this game, momentum is going to make a huge shift.
Well, the clock continues to tick away in the second quarter. It's very important for the Lancers, if not on this drive, but in this quarter, to put some points on the board. They have to go into this locker room with a little confidence, knowing that they can move the ball against the Sierra defense.
Smith and Penne split left. Hickman and Williams split to the right, and Sheltons is behind Dvorsky, who's in the shotgun. Takes a snap, comes to Shelton's side, got a man. He's got Smith, got Musa Penne. Touchdown, Liberty! There's a flag went down, but it looked like it was after he went into the end zone. We'll have to wait and see if that cleans up. It looks like the Lancers believe it was against Sierra. We'll see what the officials have to say as you look at it one more time.
All right, so on 2 previous plays like this, they've taken the ball outside and it's been picked off. Great job by the Lancers coaching staff and Dvorsky to bring the ball back to the middle of the field. That gets those defensive backs overcommitted, and let's see what the call is.
The official illegal man downfield.
Oh, boy.
That's going to bring it back.
Another costly penalty for the Lancers.
Man. Take those 6 points off the board and back Liberty up. That's tough.
And the flag came in so late. It came in after the play, after the pass had already been completed.
Well, you know how sometimes things get stuck in your pocket, Vince. Apparently an offensive lineman was well up the field.
Well, let's see if the Lancers can regroup and do it again. Same kind of play. Slant. Could be pass interference, and they're going to
get it. Kazuski was back there, and a couple of Stallions, and flags are popping up everywhere after that one. But I'll tell you what, he had Bryson Williams wide open on the right side, running clear into the end zone. Here's another look at it.
Just a little overly aggressive is number 9 for the Stallions.
Bryce Kazuski was down there, and we're going to get a huge play right there because that was 2nd and 14. This very well could be a first down, depending on the call. It's pass interference. It's still going to be 2nd down.
And they will move that half the distance?
Down to the 10-yard line. Here's again another look, and you saw Burgess get his arm around Kazuski before the ball got there, and that's why they called it. Kazuski says, throw the flag? Yes, thank you, sir.
So it's, I think he did add the sir. That's very important.
Here comes Dvorsky. Got another big player in there for the Lancers in Hickman. Split to the right. Dvorsky hands it up the middle. Sheltons gets hit hard. Still moves ahead and gets it down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
It's good hard running by the Lancers. They've used that counter trap quite a bit tonight. A lot of yards made after the initial contact. It's a big front line for the Stallions, and they still are creating quite a bit of problems for that Lancer running game.
Kazuski's back in there with the play. And we got Penne split to the right. Kazuski to the right, Penne to the left. Dvorsky in there in the shotgun with Shelton's behind him. He looks, finds Penne, turns it up. Oh, and he is stopped short of the goal line, but he's going to have a first down. 1st and goal for Liberty.
Good throw, great strike. Right on the money, and a good job of tackling. I believe that's number 9 again.
Burgess, he's everywhere.
I'm a little surprised by that, Brian. They only needed a yard to throw that ball with the number of interceptions and how quick these defensive backs are.
But they're throwing it on an in route.
Yep.
Which is get your body between the ball and the defender. Here we go. 1st and goal at the 1. Throws it up. Oh my goodness! It almost picked off again. Chris Smith was over the middle, and Dvorsky's pass is knocked down in the end zone.
Watch number 3 get a great read on this. That's Demetrius Long, who almost had another turnover, another interception in the end zone.
Wow. Bryce Kazuski comes in now, and former line coach, you would hope he'd have enough confidence in his guys to just ram this thing up the middle.
Well, they were lined up in that power I, and they have 2 backs again. You got your fullback and your tailback. You would think that your tailback here is just going to follow. Well, no, they're not.
It's Shelton's behind Dvorsky. They're going to throw it out to the side. Penne has it, and he's in. Touchdown, Liberty. Musa Penne.
Great catch by Penne. He knew he was going to get lit up on that play, and that's huge for the Lancers. They get points on the board. We talked about it. Just a one-step drop, quick strike, and Liberty is on the board tonight. Their first 6 points of the game.
Dawson Dvorsky did a great job on that play. You saw some of the Liberty fans there loving it. Bringing down that high snap and getting the beautiful pass out to Penne. So now it looks like Kazuski is in to try and kick the extra point. If you get 3 touchdowns and 3 extra points, you're up by a point. This would be the first one.
Hey, I'm the math guy tonight.
Oh, okay, sorry. Scruggs will be the holder for the Lancers. And Kazuski puts it up and through. That makes it 7 points for the Liberty Lancers. The crowd loves it. 5:10 left, 2nd quarter. Lancers back in this thing.
There's another great look at it coming right into your living room, your computer screen, your smartphone, however you're watching this tonight on 20 TV. We're glad you're with us.
And I'm glad did Mike Byron pay these quarterbacks to just throw the ball at him?
Yep.
Because he's had some great shots tonight. Mike Byron on the camera, on the field. Jason Carter doing a great job also on the field. Our up top cameras being run tonight by Tom Paul and Nick Arseniak. Doing a great job bringing you the pictures at home.
Nick Arseniak, the rookie on the crew tonight.
Rookie on the crew.
It's usually my call.
So now let's see what the Lancers do, as Kazuski will have to kick this off. And Sierra will have Burris back there. And Isaiah Smith, sorry.
The interesting question is going to be here is if Sierra holds on to this kick and they go on the offensive attack, who's coming out of quarterback?
This will be interesting. And it looks like they're creeping up, looking for a possible onside kick, but Kazuski sends it deep. This is going to be Elijah Smith bobbling the ball at the 4. He's got it at the 5. Lancers coming up on him. He's going to reverse the field. Look out. Here comes Smith across the 15-yard line to the 20. And the Lancers finally gang up on him there and bring him down. And the tackle was made by Nick Parsons down there for the Lancers. But look at the speed of Elijah Smith.
And I thought he might have stepped out of bounds, but that official was right on top of that. And then he gets the other side of the field. He ran about 50 yards and gained 20, but still, what a good return.
Yeah, who else was on top of that was Mike Byram. There's the shot.
It's the red hat.
Kicking it right at him. And I am going to apologize once again to Sierra fans. That was Connor Burgess, not Elijah Smith. Very tough to make the difference between an 8, a 9, and a 2. Scrunching together. It's either that or my old eyes.
Now they're scrunching together because I've got old eyes and wearing readers as well.
And
new quarterback in the game.
In at quarterback is number 8. So we know now who their backup quarterback is, Connor Burgess, who takes over for Tuatu. And a nice tackle there by that man, Musa Penne. He's got the touchdown and the latest tackle. 4:34 left, second quarter. Can Liberty capitalize on this momentum? No, look out. Up the middle goes Smith for a first down, and the Sierra Stallions have been pretty unstoppable so far tonight.
There's a lot of speed on this team, but look at the hole. It's a gaping 4-foot span there as Smith turns on the afterburners. One thing the Stallions are not lacking in, speed.
No. Oh, look out. Twisting, turning, moving. A good job by Connor Burgess to get just a few yards for the Stallions. And I tell you what, if you're Coach Ursery, you would like to just get out of this half with a 20-7 lead.
There's no doubt about it. And Burgess has to be careful there. He tried to make a move. You see how he's carrying that football?
Mm-hmm.
He's not tucking it into his body. There's a pitch and a flag down and
a
big tackle.
Big tackle.
Is that Penne on there?
Yeah, it's Penne again. How about the play of Musa Penne? And we got a flag on the field. It looked almost like a forward pitch as well. And we'll see what the officials say this time.
Looks like this
What
one's
a big
going
hit by Penne.
against the Stallions, I believe, as the referee was talking to the head coach, Coach Gossage.
Penne is fired up, man.
Well, he is doing it on both sides of the ball, and he's the punter.
And he's coming up from his free safety position to make that tackle. He's running 20 yards to make that tackle.
Legal motion called against the Stallions, 5-yard penalty.
Looked like the pitch went forward, too, if you ask me.
Very well could have. So it's 2nd and 11 for Sierra.
Desmond Eden up the middle. A band of Lancers takes care of him, and it's 3rd and about 7 now. You're right, you can pitch it forward as long as you're behind the line of scrimmage, as our illustrious producer Rob Parrish tells me. I'm going to call Rob illustrious tonight. You know why?
Because Corey's gone?
No, we had chocolate chip cookies.
Oh.
Pass by Burris, intercepted. Again, look out. Here comes Musa Penne. He's got the corner, and he is gone. Touchdown. Second of the night for Musa Penne and the Liberty Lancers. They're right back in this football game.
Listen to this crowd, and rightly so. We talked about Penne being a playmaker. Holy smokes, that's an understatement. I am shocked at how fast this kid is. Read that one all the way.
He knew. He said, you know what? You're going to throw that to me. I'm going to take it to the house.
He made the big play 2 plays ago, coming up and making that tackle. Here he is in his free safety position, picking off that pass and taking it to the house. And just like that, 3 minutes to go in this first half, and they're only down 7, soon to be 6 if they make the extra point.
If they make the extra point, Kazuski lines up for it. Grant Scruggs will hold. He made the first one look easy, and this second one, low and possibly blocked by Sierra. But it's still within 7 for the Liberty Lancers. 20-13, 3:02 left, second quarter. What a play by Musa Penne.
We have ourselves a football game here. You wondered, coming off the bench, how Connor Burgess is going to react. His first pass goes for a touchdown in the other direction.
And again, I am going to say, how much money does Mike Byram have? Because the 20 TV videographer down on the field is getting every play run right at him.
Yes,
Something's going on.
Yeah,
Something's going on.
Let's not complain because that's a beautiful video.
It certainly is. So now the Lancers will kick off again. Let's see. No need to onside kick, really.
Nope.
That's a
Nice
good look
green
at the
tee.
Yeah. Nice job by Kazuski setting this one up. We'll see what happens. Sierra only has 4 guys up front.
Look at they're 20 yards deep too. Could get an onside kick. Too early for that, but something to think about later in the game.
Kazuski sends it. Smith lets it go over his head. And the Stallions will start again. And how much as the loss of Toby Tuatu to this Sierra football team as Toby limped off with some help, and he has not returned for the Stallions at quarterback.
I think it's going to be a huge loss, and I think that Coach Ursery has got to figure out a way. The Stallions had a lot of success throwing that football. They were really mixing up the run and the pass in the first 2 quarters here. They probably need to find a way to establish a ground game, run some time off this clock.
Connor Burgess hands it to Eden. Eden up the middle. That'll chew up some clock, but only about 3 yards. And the Stallions will keep the football.
No huddle for Sierra.
Interesting. Coach Ursery trying to put some more points on the board before this half ends.
Well, you don't want to park the bus. Hats off for trying to get a few more points before that clock ticks down to 0.
Burgess to Deeden. Deeden up the middle. We got flags flying everywhere, and that's usually an illegal motion. And if that's against Sierra, that's going to push them back to about 2nd and 12.
That helps Liberty, stops the clock, pushes the ball in their favor.
I'll tell you what, when it was 20-0, did you think that Liberty would be back this close in the same half? I thought Liberty was going to come back tonight.
Right.
I didn't know it would happen that fast.
Well, it's been quick strikes on both sides of the football tonight.
So 2nd and 12. Sierra lines up. Burgess looking to the sideline for a play. He's got Desmond Eden in there with him. Coach Gossage sees something. He's telling his linebackers to move. Here comes Deeden, a bad pitch. The ball's on the ground. Deeden gets it. Wow. That's really the first mistake we've seen Sierra make, and good thing Deeden got the ball.
And this could have been really costly. That one pitch is not even close to the outstretched arms of Deeden.
Well, they certainly missed Tuatu, who I do not see on the sidelines for Sierra. Oh, I do. He's sitting on the bench with his helmet off.
3rd down and forever.
Burgess
16.
hands it up the middle again. Deeden, and this time again he is stuffed by that Liberty defense, and you better believe momentum is on the Lancers side now.
No doubt about it. With the 2 quick strikes, and now they call a timeout. Not sure if they called it. I don't know why Sierra would call it. No, Liberty did. Smart move by Coach Gossage. He's got 1:36 on the clock. He's probably going to get good field position. The Lancers have had it all night long, and they're hot right now.
They certainly are, and if they get that ball, look out. And you know what you're going to do? If you're the Lancers, you're going to get the ball to number 2.
Well, he's going to field it on the punt right here. You can be sure of that.
Musa Penne. Remember the name. So 1:36 left, as Vince mentioned. 4th and 14. The ball is on the 16-yard line. Sierra, not much of a special teams game. I believe Desmond Deeden has been the punter. His first punt went about 20 yards in the first quarter. His last punt didn't fare much better. Musa Penne, if I'm if I'm Coach Ursery, I'm saying kick this thing out of bounds.
Oh, I agree.
As far down the field as you can and out of bounds. Remember
Penny?
how they used to do that? They called it the coffin corner kick, and the punter would actually turn and kick it to the outside.
It's a lost art, Brian. Penne is deep.
He's standing just beyond the midfield line. Desmond Deeden gets the ball off. This one's up in the air. Penny's going to field it inside the 47-yard line. Breaks one tackle. Burgess can't bring him down, or can he? He does so, down to the 37-yard line. Musa Penne breaks one tackle, can't elude the second. 1st and 10, Liberty, 1:24 left first half.
Watch how close this is to fumbling. He has some great hands, brings that ball back into his chest. What an all-around athlete. Some real athletes on both sides of the field tonight, but we talked about it inside the 40-yard line, 1:24 to go. See if Liberty goes back to those quick passes, those slants. Again, you don't need it all right now.
Well, we'll see if the wide receiver screen comes up here. It looks like trips to the right with Penne to the far right, right in front of your screen here. Dawson Dvorsky up the middle. Shelton's has the ball, maybe got one. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Trying to break one quickly up the middle there, but the clock's going to continue to roll down closer to 1 minute left first half.
You know, and I don't mind that. That's not a bad call right there, Brian. They tried and catch Sierra off guard with that little quick play right up the middle.
Now they got Penne split right, and he looks like he's got single coverage against Burgess. Oh, high snap. Dvorsky comes down with it and gets hammered in the backfield right away. And a good job on big number 56.
That's Toa Napatu.
Good job, Vince. Toa Napatu with a big sack. That's going to set Liberty back, and it's going to be 3rd and 19. And if you're Coach Gossage, maybe you take one shot down the field here with the clock running. You just as soon not give Sierra the ball back, and they're taking their time as Kazuski comes in. Dvorsky wants it.
I'm not even sure I snap it here. Play clock's not a factor.
And Musa Penne not on the field.
Looks like they are going to snap it, and they are going to take
back,
one more shot.
Looking, and incomplete pass as they tried to get that one to Gage Feldman on the outside. That stops the clock at 6.7 seconds, and we're going to have, I think the Lancers might take one more shot.
I do. I agree with you. It's 4th down and 19. This will be just like a punt, but you better have some good coverage down there because we've talked about it all night. The players, I believe that's Demetrius Long, that might be the safety valve back there for Sierra. But we're going to have another timeout called by the Lancers. They want to make sure they don't make a mistake in the final 6 seconds of this football game.
And some bad news for Lancer fans. Musa Penne looks like he might be a little bit, maybe he had a cramp there. The trainer was working on him, and now he's back up. So if Sierra did call that timeout, it may have just gotten Musa Penne back on the field for the Lancers. He currently has his helmet off, and he's not in the offensive huddle, so they're going to keep him out. Boy, if I were the Lancers, I'd just get it in his hands and see what he can do with 6 seconds.
His multi-purpose yards tonight are up there.
Is that your math?
Yep. I'll have to do some quick math during halftime.
So Coach Gossage comes over with the team huddled, and out comes the Lancer offense.
If I could have one wish for the rest of the football season, is that the weather would be like this for every single game we have to do. It's awesome.
There's Coach Gossage talking to the officials. It's probably cooled off a little tonight. And here we go, Dvorsky. Let's see if they don't hand this off for a draw. Yep. That's Cyrus Pelt.
Nice move.
Nice move. Cuts it inside, loses his helmet.
A Sierra player lost his helmet.
Sierra player lost his helmet on the big hit. That was, again, number 56. No Patu. And that's the way the first half ends. The Liberty Lancers are back in this football game. 20-13, Sierra with the lead. We'll come back with some halftime highlights. Thanks for joining us tonight. You're watching District 20 High School football as Musa Penne brings it into your living room on 20 TV. Back inside District 20 Stadium in Colorado Springs, the Liberty's Lancers have made a game of it. Brian German alongside Vince Greco, and Vince, the Lancers were down 20-0, and Sierra was putting a world of hurt on them early.
And you called it. We both felt like Liberty was going to get back into this football game. We just didn't know how quickly. But this is the hole they dug themselves early on. Early in the game, first play, fumble, scooped up by Smith, and he is off to the races. First defensive touchdown of the game. I say that like there are more. There were.
There were. Dawson Dvorsky went to the air the next time, and Bryson Williams made a great play, but he switched the ball to the inside arm, as you said, Vince.
Right.
Gets it stripped away. Sierra comes up with it. That was the second huge turnover for the Liberty Lancers. They were still down 6-0 because the Stallions had missed their first extra point. But then the Stallions do it with a little bit of offense. That's Toby Tuatu throwing it inside to Isaiah Wilburn for the touchdown. And then Wilburn said, I caught one ball. I can catch one from you, too. Picks this one off from Dawson Dvorsky, goes to the house. It was 20-0 Sierra.
And look at the speed. Both sides of the line, or teams have great speed. Here comes
Chris
a big
Smith.
sack and an injury, and we are going to have to wait and see what happened on that play to Toby Tuatu. He left, did not look good, and that gave a lot of momentum to the Lancers.
Yep, Musa Penne with the touchdown catch, and he says, hey, you think you can do something, Isaiah Wilburn? I can do it better. Takes a pick, goes in for the score. Both Wilburn and Penne with 2 touchdowns each, and it's 20-13 here at halftime.
And Connor Burgess has come in to replace Tuatu for Sierra. It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Ursery does for Sierra. Do they keep it on the ground, or do they have the confidence in Burgess that he can put the ball in the air? Regardless of that, Brian, we've got a game here at District 20 Stadium, 20-13 at halftime. I'm really excited for the second half.
It should be fun. We're not sure if Tuatu will come back. Didn't look like he would. He was sitting on the bench with his helmet off the rest of the first half, but nonetheless, we've got a football game. Liberty Lancers find themselves down by just 7. We'll be back with second half action for District 20 Stadium. You're watching high school football on 20 TV. We're back at District 20 Stadium. The Liberty Lancers trying to overcome a 20-point deficit. They've scored 13 so far in the second quarter, and they are back out on the field, still waiting for the Sierra Stallions to come out. Looks like the coaching staff has left the locker room. Here's a good look at Eric Gossage and his troops on the sideline. Vince, what's he telling them? Hey, we're still in this football game.
Oh, right back in the football game. Just avoid the turnovers. They had 3 costly turnovers, did Liberty. 2 of them led to touchdowns for Sierra. If they eliminate those turnovers, that's got to be what he's talking about. Take care of the football and eliminate the penalties. 6 penalties for 72 yards against the Lancers in the first 2 quarters. On the other side, Sierra did the same thing. They turned the ball over twice. One of them led to a touchdown. They had 8 penalties for 65 yards. So very similar statistics for these 2 teams in that first 2 quarters of play. They've got to take care of the football, both of them in the second half.
I know what I'd say if I was an offensive or a defensive coach for these Liberty Lancers. I'd be reminding them, hey, you only gave up 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
You guys played a pretty good half. You only gave up 1 touchdown. And you point over there and you say, those guys gave up 2. No, just kidding.
Right.
No, but that's an odd thing. You don't really see 2 defensive touchdowns scored by 1 team in a game. We've seen 3 in this game, 1 by Liberty and 2 Sierra.
Yeah, I would have never thought that. Yes, it's going to be a little sloppy. It's early in the season. You've got 2 very young teams on the field right now, but to have 3 defensive touchdowns, you might not see 3 defensive touchdowns combined from these 2 teams again all year.
Right. Or you may not see it on 20 TV, that's for sure, the rest of the year. But, when you have explosive speed in your defensive backfield, you can do things like that. When Elijah Smith can scoop up a ball, you know he's going to be gone. And when a Wilburn intercepts a pass, he's going to have the edge to get to the end zone. Musa Penne, same thing. So good thing here. We're about a minute from the start of the second half, but it should be an exciting second half. I think both teams really worked out the kinks.
Yeah, I did, and it'd be interesting to see what was said in the locker room. Again, I do think it's take care of the football. I know we're beating a dead horse, but you cannot afford either one of these teams in this third and fourth quarter to turn it over like they did in that first half.
And I think for Coach Ursery and the Stallions, it's run the football. They were doing good running the football. Don't try and get your backup quarterback to be the hero. Just continue to pound that football at Liberty and see if you can get some more time off the clock. You still have the lead,
right.
Maybe punch another one and get a bigger lead.
For our professional football fans, the Arizona Cardinals lead the Denver Broncos at the end of the first quarter, 7-0, in a game that no starters are playing.
I was going to say, and I care because?
I'm just letting our football fans know, Brian. We are an all-around.
What about the college football? Isn't there like 12 games in college
I'll get that
tonight?
in a moment.
Okay,
Baseball
thanks.
fans, Rockies are losing 2-0 in the bottom of the second.
Is there such thing?
All right, both teams back out on the field. The Lancers, oh boy.
Musa Penne is back.
Uh-huh.
And we'll see. Last time, Eden just kicked this ball right down the middle, Desmond Eden. So the Lancers look like they do have some hands on that second line out there, as well as the first line. We'll see what Coach Ursery told Desmond Eden to do with this football. And we are ready to go. There's the whistle. 12 minutes on the clock for the start of the third quarter. Deaton kicks this one off, and he does kick it right towards Penne, but there's another whistle, and again, an offside for the Sierra Stallions, and you got to think the Lancers are going to have some good field position.
No doubt about it. It's the second time tonight that the Lancers have gotten across that kick line before the ball was kicked away. Great anxious play by the youngsters out there, but you've got to be a little more patient. It cost your team another 5 yards.
Desmond Eden. That's when your team's just too fast.
And both these teams have a lot of speed. There's no doubt about it. If Lancer fans are expecting to see number 42, Mike Cornelius, I don't think he's going to play anymore tonight. He took off the shoulder pads right before halftime. The trainers were looking at him on the locker room, and his pads are still on the ground in front of us.
Deaton kicks it away, but Penne picks it up at the 27. He's out to across the 35. And they wrap him up and throw him down there about the 37-yard line. There's another flag on the field.
It's like Elijah Smith was in on that tackle.
Well, no, there is not a flag on the field. I was looking at the graphic and not the field. My bad, Mr. Parrish.
Good field position again. We've said that all night for Liberty. And I would be a little bit surprised if they come out and throw the football here. See if they can establish that run game early on.
They have not been able to really have any long drives tonight. They fumbled the football going in on one play. Dvorsky hands it off, and this is a new running back in the game. That's Cyrus Pelt, who finished the end of the first half with a nice run.
That was a nice job of stopping our guest in the booth, surprising our great announcer, Brian German. He is praying for a Liberty win tonight.
Yes, he is.
The Mantis.
It's doing pretty good.
Yes.
Mr. Mantis taking care of business.
Told you we had a guest in the booth.
So Dvorsky in the shotgun. Shelton back there with him. Penne to the right. Dvorsky, bad snap, picks it up. He's going to come to Penne. A nice catch. Did he get a foot in?
Yep.
They say yes, and it's going to be a first down, Liberty.
Great hands by Penne again, and a really nice throw for the quarterback, putting it only where Penne is going to bring it down. And he had to scoop up a terrible snap, throwing on the run. Ooh, I don't know.
He got 1 foot in. That's all you need in high school football.
I think that 1 foot was on the line.
Vince, he was a lot closer than us, the official.
All right, let's see Mike's camera shot down there again.
We don't want to see it. Lancers with a first down. Dvorsky. This time it's Kazuski split to the right. Dvorsky hands it off Shelton. He comes inside, cuts across midfield, and gets a nice gain. Does the junior running back, Caleb Sheltons.
Read the blocking outside beautifully as he takes a step, cuts it back up, picks up a nice 5 yards for Liberty.
The Lancer mascot running down in front of us. I'm pretty happy.
Does the Lancer mascot have a name?
Lance.
Might be.
Lance a lot. Dvorsky takes the snap. Shelton's back to protect, throws it high and over the head of Hickman. And it goes incomplete, so it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Very quick passing attack by the Lancers to start this third quarter. Not going deep, trying to take little chunks. And if you look at a lot of the Sierra players, we are a minute and a half into the third quarter, and half of them have their hands on their hips. We talked about depth. We talked about getting run down. We'll see if fatigue is a factor, and if the Lancers can take advantage of that here in the third and fourth quarter.
Dvorsky with Shelton's behind him, 3rd and 6. Trips left. Dvorsky hands it quick to Shelton's. He gets the first down and more. He's across the 40-yard line, and a good hard tackle over there by who else? Burgess bringing him down.
Take a look at how fast this play develops. Right up the center, off tackle. Shelton's gets outside and picks up 9 for a great first down from the Lancers.
Tristan Burris, a nice tackle over there. And Sierra takes a timeout, and I'm thinking right now the Coach Ursery is saying halftime wasn't long enough for us. We need a blow. We need to take a load off here.
Right, and I mentioned you saw on that previous play half of the Stallions standing with their hands on their hips. You can still see them over there in their huddle. They're tired.
They are.
While you
Whereas
see
the Lancers
are
excited. Coach Eric Gossage, he's not tired.
I think he can feel it. If they take care of the football, they march down the field here, they will have a ton of momentum, and that will have the Stallions on their heels as they're having to play with a backup quarterback.
We'll see. Bryson Williams back into the game at running back for the Lancers. And he's taking the play in, or being told to play. Musa Penne stays split wide to the right. We'll see who covers him.
Single coverage.
Yep, Tristan Burris is going to cover him one-on-one. We'll see if Dvorsky goes to him. He's got Shelton's in front of him. Dvorsky.
He thought about it, but
nice rush right there. That was Smith once again breaking through and a big sack, and maybe that's what they talked about. He's getting some more pressure on Dvorsky.
And the cornerback comes from the outside. They send him on a blitz, not covered. Big call by the Stallions. It's a big loss for Liberty. Loss of what, 8 on the play?
Yep. It's going to be 2nd and 18. Kazuski brings the play in. Talks to Dvorsky. And we'll go trips right with Smith, Musapene, and Williams to the right. And just Hickman off to the left. Dvorsky throws it to Penne. He's got the catch. Wow, that was almost intercepted. Again, Smith was there. It looked like it went through his hands right to Penne.
Great catch, great throw. This is just a timing route. Goes right over the hands of the linebacker in Penne with another catch. How many times have we called his name tonight?
Musa Penne. You know what's nice about Thursday night high school football if you're Musa Penne?
You get to skip class on Friday?
Yeah, not skip class, but you get to be the hero walking through the halls.
I like my analogy better.
Yeah, but we don't skip class at District 20.
That's right. That is right.
Shelton's takes it up the middle for a nice gain, but it's going to be 4th down for Liberty. A 4th and about, call it 4. Kazuski brings a play in as Coach Gossage says we're going for it.
You throwing it or running it, Brian?
Well, I don't care if I throw or run. I just want to get it in the hands of number 2, and preferably the number 2 in red.
He's single coverage at the top of your screen.
Dvorsky hands it off quick. Shelton's up the middle. He's got the first down to the 23-yard line. The Lancers' drive is still alive.
Lancers have found some running room off tackle and off guard on both sides of the line. Offensive line of Liberty starting to wear down that front 3 of the Stallions, and they are getting big chunks of yards. And if I'm Coach Gossage, I keep doing that until they stop me.
Yeah, that quick hitter especially. Shelton's hits that line so fast. He's by the lineman before they know what hit him. And now they've got Pelt in the backfield. He takes the pitch to the left, cuts it bucket inside, and gets about a gain of 2 or 3 down close to the 20-yard line.
Like that play, too. Very quick hitting, getting into the outside. First time tonight that we've called the name of Cyrus Pelt. Second time? Third time. It's the charm.
Dawson Dvorsky again from Kazuski.
Pelt stays in the game.
Dvorsky with Shelton's way behind him as a tailback.
Oh.
Gets it. Wow, and I think he was down. He may have had the knee down. It was close.
It really was close.
If he had the knee down, though, he's down in high school football. And he caught the ball, went down, looked like his knee was very close to the ground. And I think they're going to call him down. Let's see again.
Yep.
Good. He's on the ground.
Great job by our crew here at 20 TV.
Adam Parker running the replay machine. Great job by Tom Paul catching it with his camera.
We haven't given Dawson Dvorsky enough credit tonight. How many times has he had a high snap, a snap on the ground that he's had to recover from and make something out of that bad snap?
It's amazing anymore. You know, back in our day, if the quarterback was in a shotgun, it was an anomaly. Nobody even knew what it was.
Exactly.
They were always under center. Yeah.
You know, Brian, I miss that old-time football.
I do too. Back in the day.
Yep.
You didn't have to wear face masks, just that leather helmet.
Hockey goalies didn't wear a face mask or a helmet.
Dvorsky comes up. Now it's 3rd and 13. Shelton's behind him. And they give it to him again. Another quick hitter. He's not going to get 13 yards, but he does get up to the 20-yard line. We'll see if the Lancers go for it. Gossage has been going for it a lot on 4th down, and it looks like they will. Kazuski's going to run the play in. 4th and 8.
This time it's a little further. Just good hard running on that play by the Lancers. I look for another quick slant here, try and get that ball into the hands of Musa Penne.
Well, and I don't think they're using Chris Smith enough tonight either, the big tight end. He's a big target out there. He has been trips on the same side as Penne. He is left again. Pelt comes right along with Kazuski. 4th and 8. Dvorsky back to pass. He's looking, throwing high to Kazuski. Nice catch. First down, Liberty. Inside the 10-yard line, down to the 6.
What a great play call by Coach Gossage. The outside receiver goes inside, kind of the decoy, and then here comes Bryce Kazuski, brings it down. First down, Lancers.
And they continue to throw the ball right at Mike Byram, our 20 TV videographer down there.
1st and goal.
Dvorsky with Shelton's behind him. Gives it to Shelton. Oh, and he is plowed. Oh, man. He was hit twice hard. Eden first got him, and then
Ox
Levet laid the wood.
Great penetration by the Stallions, and then you see the final blow.
Desmond Eden and Ox Levet. Wow.
Going to feel that one tomorrow.
Second
I
and
like
8.
the call, though. It's worked, and that time the Stallions just snuffed that one out.
They'd seen enough of that play, I think.
This has been a good drive for the Lancers, taking a lot of time off the clock. They do need to get into the end zone. They have to get some points on this drive.
Dvorsky with Shelton's and Williams finally in that tailback position. You haven't seen that much tonight. Dvorsky on the roll, got the big tight end, Chris Smith, touchdown.
And they're going to call offensive interference for a pick on the outside, I'll bet you.
It was either that or maybe a lineman downfield. We'll see. So keep those points off the board for a minute. We'll see what the officials say.
You called it. They had to use Smith. They had him wide open, but was a screen set down there? Or you're right, it could be an illegal man downfield.
We'll see what the Whitecap says.
Looks like it's definitely going against the Lancers.
Wow, that's a tough one.
It's the second time.
Taking points off the board.
Yep.
Illegal man downfield. Coach Gossage not happy.
That's tough when you get into the end zone, have the chance to take a lead here for the first time tonight, and it's called back because of a penalty.
Well, and I'm hoping it's not the same lineman who's been downfield twice tonight. So Smith now comes out, and Coach Gossage is talking to him. I'm not sure Coach Gossage wants.
I wonder if the way he was lined up, if he was the lineman that was downfield.
Maybe. If that's the explanation Coach Gossage got, that would make sense as to why he's being berated right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Dvorsky stays in. We got Hickman now split to the right. Trips left.
Another high snap.
Throws it over the head of Hickman, and it bounces incomplete in the end zone. Dvorsky talking to Hickman, saying, I wanted you to cut this way. Adrice says, sure.
Smith's still down at the end of the bench getting talked to by a couple of the Lancer coaches, so pleading his case.
Yeah, Kazuski comes in. It's 3rd and goal at the 13-yard line. Lancers need a big play here.
They really do. It's tough to tell if this 2-down territory or would you take the points.
Musa Penne, single coverage on the right side. Dvorsky's going to roll to the left. He's got a man down in the end zone, throws it in corner. Oh, and it's dropped. Kazuski had it in his hands, and it went out. He would have had to get his foot in bounds, but it's incomplete nonetheless.
Boy, that was close. And you have to wonder here if maybe Dvorsky could not have taken off and ran with that football.
Oh,
that would have been tough. That was a tough throw and a tough catch to make.
So 4th down now, and the Lancers are going to go for a field goal as Kazuski comes in to kick it. Scruggs is in there. I wouldn't put by Eric Gossage to run a fake here either.
Especially with Scruggs, the backup quarterback. We know he can throw it.
It's down and it's blocked. And Kazuski didn't realize the ball was live. Now throws it for Scruggs. And a big scrum, and they're going to take over the ball. The Stallions will take over the ball at the 21-yard line.
Well, that's tough. Liberty marched right down the field, took a ton of time off the clock. Impressive drive, and to come away with no points. And they did score, but an eligible man downfield taking points off the board. Sierra will take over for the first time here in the second half.
20-13 still, 4:44 left, 3rd quarter.
Connor Burgess back at quarterback for the Stallions.
We mentioned Toby Tuatu had a really good first half. He is still out of this game. He's injured, a lower extremity injury, as Bill Belichick would say. Cuts it up inside. Here comes Smith. Nice spin move. Gets it up out towards the 30-yard line. He's just a couple yards shy of a first down.
And I suspect that's going to be the game plan of the Stallions the entire 3rd and 4th quarter. They want to take care of the football. They can't afford to put it up too often, especially with the backup quarterback in the game.
So Burgess in the shotgun. Again, it's Smith. Again, up the middle, and this time he gets a first down with about 5 yards gained again.
Pretty simple game plan when it works.
Well, we thought Sierra would be running the football in the second half. We're seeing a lot of Elijah Smith.
And what they're doing, too, is a lot of misdirection. They're really coming back against the grain, using a lot of trap blocking, trying to get that big Lancer line off balance.
1st and 10, Burgess. Again, hands off Smith. They're just pounding it up the middle. That big line is doing a good job for Sierra.
And it's
Second
important for, if you're rooting for the Stallions, that they do have a good drive. Their defense has been on the field the entire third quarter. They need a little bit of rest over there.
Although it's all the same players. Just saying. Burris hands it off to Smith up the middle. He's going to be close to another first down. I think they're going to give it to him. So Sierra is grinding the ball out here.
Clock's moving, 3:45 to go.
They've run off a whole minute so far in this drive. And this time it is Eden up the middle.
Look at the push of that offensive line. They're 5 yards down the field holding their blocks.
They're doing a great job inside there.
And I think you can hear the Liberty coaches on the sidelines talking to that defensive line to get on that gap, stand up that offensive line, give your linebackers a chance to make it. Misdirection.
Look out. Here comes the quarterback. What a nice play and a good read by Burgess. He is the backup quarterback, but he is a senior. He's played a lot of football for these Stallions.
The previous 4 plays, Brian, he handed that ball off. This time, he kept it himself, really sucked in the interior line of Liberty and got outside for a big gain.
Isaac Vigil, Toa Napotu, and Braylon Smith doing a great job up front for the Sierra team. But here's a big play for the Lancer defense, and they fumble the football. The Lancers say they have it. The officials say they do too. Sierra player is down. And a great job by number 9, Logan Schlepp, who came up with that football. He was hurt in the first half, and he comes up with a big recovery of a fumble right there, but we got a player down.
That's Desmond Eden down, the young man that fumbled. As the ball is knocked out, Deden's still down, and Lancers will have it. First turnover here of the second half, and a big one for Liberty.
We'll take a break. 2:50 left, third quarter. 20-13, still our score. We'll be back with more football on 20 TV. The Sierra Stallions still lead Liberty's Lancers 20-13, but again, momentum has shifted in just the last few seconds, actually. Sierra had the football. They were driving it. Desmond Eden hit hard. gives up the football. He's being aided off the field right now, and the Lancers come up with the fumble recovery. It looks like maybe a shoulder for Eden, as the trainers have been busy on the Sierra sideline tonight. They've already lost their starting quarterback, Toby Tuatu, and so the Lancers have the ball back at their own 39-yard line, down by 7.
And what our audience didn't see during that timeout while they were attending to Deaton, on the Liberty sideline, head coach Eric Gossage, he was getting the troops fired up. In the middle of the Lancer huddle, he was clapping, he was barking orders. He said, now's your chance, boys. And now we have another stoppage of play as the Lancers.
I believe Sierra wanted a timeout. Coach Ursery takes a timeout. We'll keep it right here. And 2:50 left, third quarter. Maybe they were worried they didn't have everyone out on the field because Deaton.
I think that's what it is.
Deaton went out. Desmond Eden went off with an injury, and he wasn't in there at his linebacker position. They may not have had all 11 on the field.
And you know, that's hats off to all of these high school football players here in Southern Colorado. It's a tough sport. It's a physical sport. The numbers are down, not just here in Colorado, but across the country. And we talked about that tonight. You have to admire the grit of both of these teams. Sierra came in here with, 25 players?
Yeah.
And they've lost 2 of their key players tonight, but they keep battling. They keep battling. Liberty's lost a couple of players. It's a great game. You don't want to see people get hurt, but hats off to all of our young men playing this game here in Southern Colorado.
Yeah, and hats off to the trainers as well. We've seen lots of trainers tonight out on the field taking care of some players. Some have come back on the field, some haven't, but man, if you're an athletic trainer in the high school level nowadays, they really, really have to pay attention to these kids and just keep them safe.
No doubt about it.
Dvorsky under center. Shelton's back. Penne split to the right. Dvorsky drops a snap, and I think that ball is still loose. Maybe Sierra came up with it.
They have it.
They do.
Yep. If it just
Smith
like
came
that.
off the ground with it, and that is a tough one for the Lancers. Another turnover for Liberty.
Take another look. It's just a scrum right there in the middle of the field. I didn't even see the ball come out, but it's recovered. It's just a fumble. The center and the quarterback did not exchange that ball at all. It was laying on the ground, and up with it comes number 2. We've called his name all night, too, for the Sierra Stallions. That's Elijah Smith.
And Toa Napotu of Sierra got through with the penetration to really cause Dvorsky to not get that snap back after he mishandled it first. Ooh, trips left now for Sierra. Burgess at quarterback. They'll bring Demetrius Long in motion. He gets the football on the round, and he is taken down for a loss. What a great job defensively for the Liberty Lancers, and that was Scruggs.
He's a player. He was quick. He shot through that gap. He saw that one coming all the way. Sierra's halfback could not get outside, and a big loss. Great stop by the Lancers.
So Burgess now looks at 2nd and 13. Just when you thought Sierra had some momentum, Liberty comes right back. They hand it off up the middle. Here comes Elijah Smith again, pounding it down inside. That's going to be a nice gain on 2nd down. It's going to leave 3rd and about 5.
Good hole, good hard running. He takes a shot. We've called Smith's name again. He recovered the fumble. He's on both sides. Another two-way player.
These guys just like to not rest. Trips left now for Burgess. Smith in the backfield. Smith takes the handoff. Cuts it outside. Looks like he's got room, and he dives for the first down. Elijah Smith. And Sierra really wants to get this in the end zone, get some points on the board, and make this a 2-possession game.
Take a look at the extra effort. He's like Superman. He sees the first down marker. He leaps up and over, goes right over the top of number 9, Logan Schlepp. First down, Stallions.
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Elijah Smith. Smith moved
That's a
early
false
on
start.
that time. Smith a little anxious to get the football that time. Moved before anyone else did, and that's an illegal procedure. It's going to be 1st and 15 now for Sierra.
With Deaton out, looks like Smith's going to be the workhorse here in the last minute and a half of the 3rd quarter, and perhaps the 4th for Sierra.
He doesn't seem to mind. He had no issues starting early that time.
Bet she's on the track team, too, with that kind of start.
I wouldn't doubt it. This time Burgess back to pass, throws deep, got a man down there, but it was thrown high. The Liberty defender Kozuski wasn't looking for it.
Isaiah
Wilburn could not come down with it.
Jumped a little bit too quick. You're right. There was a lot of air under that football, but I think he jumped well before the ball got there.
Interesting that they went to the air.
I agree. They've been
first
running.
and 15. They've getting 7-8 yards at a chunk. See what they do here on second down. This time they hand it off, and Elijah Smith this time stopped by Liberty. The Lancers really need a stop here, although we still got a whole another quarter to play, but it would be nice to keep this a one-possession game.
No huddle by the Stallions. They look to the sidelines for the play. Crowd coming alive for the Lancers, trying to get them fired up and make a stop here on third down.
Saying hold them D. Burgess, receivers left and right, 2 each. He's back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws it well over the heads of everyone and incomplete. It's going to be fourth down for Sierra, and I can't imagine them trying a field goal.
No.
As Desmond Eden was their kicker. They're going to have to go for it on 4th and 15.
Good coverage by the Lancers. Connor Burgess did have time to throw it, but I think he's a little gun shy after he threw that interception late in the second quarter.
And you mentioned the Liberty fans coming to life. 4th and 15. Burgess is in there. Back to pass, got a little bit of time,
Flag
throws
down.
it up, and it is intercepted.
And there's
Back
a
comes
lot of
Liberty.
room.
Plenty of room. Is that Scruggs with the football? Yes, he comes all the way, cuts it back inside, gets it across midfield and down inside the 43-yard line. There is a marker outside the field.
It was thrown early, Brian, before the pass was thrown. And then now another concern, if this holds up for the Stallions, is their quarterback, Connor Burgess, barely was able to get up. Took a shot after that play.
There's a look at the hanky on the field.
Here's the call.
Sideline warning against the Lancers.
Well, that's it. Was that before, during, or after the play?
It'll be
because that
interesting to
flag
see what
came
they
down right as the snap was made. Looks like it's going to be Liberty's ball.
Yep, it'll stay Liberty's ball. I don't know if they're going to back it up a little. Nope, they're just giving him a warning. So, interesting, maybe the wrong marker was thrown on the ground by the official. It shouldn't have been a flag. Should have maybe just been a marker to say, let's warn these guys. They're a little too close to the sideline. But
huge break for the Lancers, and they did a great job in coverage. Scruggs read that like a center fielder in baseball. Got under it, and nice return, and the Lancers are in business.
Dvorsky taking the snap, faking it to Williams. He eludes a couple of players, gets outside. He's got a good gain, and he's still going for about an 8 or 9 yard gain for the Lancers. How about Dawson Dvorsky? Haven't seen that from him tonight.
No, and maybe before when they were down close to the goal line, remember I said he could have run that ball?
Yep.
Maybe they saw that on film as well. Big 11-yard gain on the, or 8-yard gain on the play.
Did a great job, faked out our cameraman.
That's hard to do.
It is. A wily guy like Tom Paul.
Absolutely.
2nd and 2.
You're going to let the clock run down.
Lancers are moving, and that will be it for the third quarter. They'll switch sides. They want to score at the other end zone tonight. They've scored twice down this end. They want to go at Jason Carter. Mike Byram, sorry, buddy. 20-13. We'll be back with fourth quarter action from District 20 Stadium after this on 20 TV. Back inside District 20 Stadium in Colorado Springs, we've got one brewing here. The Liberty Lancers down 7 with the football, and they are moving it. Inside the 35-yard line of the Sierra Stallions. Dvorsky takes the snap, rolls right. He's got a man out there, and Musa Penne almost picked off, knocked down again, but they're going to call.
Late flag.
They are going to call pass interference. Is that on Burgess?
I can't see the 8 and the 9 again.
Tristan Burgess.
Burgess or Burgess? I'm not sure.
It's Tristan Burgess.
Oh boy, that has Coach Dre Ursery fit to be tied. Take another look.
Wow, he's right there with the ball.
And the flag came in a second or two after the play.
Yeah. That's a tough one, but it's good for the Liberty Lancers, as it'll move the ball down inside the 25-yard line now. No, and the fans say first down, Vince.
It's like Mile High Stadium.
Is that what it is?
For another Lancer,
Incomplete.
first down.
Another Lancer. Okay. Dvorsky, this time to Shelton's, and he is just mugged right at the line of scrimmage. He goes down for about a 3-yard loss, as Sierra will have nothing of that. And
Toa,
good news for Sierra, Desmond Eden back in the game.
Oh, that is good news for the Stallions.
So it's going to be 2nd and 12. Kazuski's going to split to the left now. They got Musa Penne, Smith, and Williams split to the right with Shelton's in the backfield. Dvorsky in the shotgun. Looks quickly to Penne. Penne cuts it up inside the 20. Oh, and he is hammered from behind before he got to the first down marker. It's going to be 3rd and about 2.
Here's that quick slant again, receiver screen, and that's the man you want to have the football. Nice hit after the play there to knock him down, but a big gain of about 9 yards.
Both Musa Penne and Isaiah Wilburn have 2 touchdowns apiece for their teams. Penne wouldn't mind having a 3rd. Neither would the Lancer fans.
No doubt. And they may see that happen inside the red zone.
Good look at Musa.
Lancers have to just worry here about getting that first down.
Dvorsky takes a snap, and no quick hitter, and Williams is just hammered in the backfield. Nothing doing. And now Coach Gossage has a decision to make.
Looked like another blitz put on by the Stallions. That's number 2, Elijah Smith, coming from his linebacker position.
Last time the Lancers tried a field goal in this position, it was a low kick and got blocked easily by Sierra. So they're going to go for it on 4th and 6. We'll see what they do. Maybe run a slant again to Musa Penne. Maybe
I don't think they're going to keep it on the ground. The last 2 times they've lost yards. They've gone backwards.
They got Kazuski to the left, along with Williams, Smith, and Penne to the right. Shelton's in the backfield. Dvorsky looking Penne's way. Goes deep. Penne's down there, and they're well out of bounds.
He made the catch.
He did catch the ball, but he was out of bounds.
It was really good coverage, but boy, what an athlete and what a catch by Penne. Take another look. Look at the coverage. He's got a man right in front of him. He still brings that ball in.
If he could have kept his feet on the ground, it would have been a fantastic play, but Sierra gets the football now on the turnover of downs. So Liberty with under 10 minutes now. It's not panic time yet, but it's getting there.
They need to force another turnover if possible here, and I can't imagine that the Stallions are going to try and put this ball in the air. 2 interceptions have been costly tonight for Connor Burgess, the backup quarterback for the Stallions.
Burgess to Elijah Smith. The Lancers let him go. Look out. How did he squeak through there? Unbelievable. He's got to the outside. The Lancers trying to chase him down. A nice block on the outside there by Sierra. Look out, Elijah Smith.
Wow.
No one can catch him. He scores for Sierra. What a play by Elijah Smith.
But did you see his teammates downfield making blocks for him?
Yes.
That is the epitome of teamwork. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage, puts his hand down, catches his balance, and he is off to the races. But watch the block here. Look at the hustle by number 8 just to get in front of the defender. And then you're going to see 8 again. 2 huge blocks.
Are you kidding me? The quarterback's down there making 2 blocks?
Yes.
You don't see that. Connor Burgess, the speed and the ability to get in front of the Liberty defenders and make those blocks. Fantastic job. He deserves as much credit for that touchdown as does Elijah Smith.
There's no doubt about it. The quarterback down the field helping make those blocks.
They will go for two now, 26-13. Burgess hands it off, nothing doing this time. Up the middle of the Lancers, stop them but it's still a two-possession game now as Sierra has put another one on the board. It's 26-13.
And it was interesting, Coach Ursery had said to us before the game about his young team, his first year here. He said, I'm so excited about how they're starting to play together as a unit. That last play is a definition of how to play together.
And here's a backup quarterback, mind you, who comes in the game, hands it off. And just the way Elijah Smith got through the line with his hand down, breaks a couple tackles. And Burgess, he wasn't set on just watching him run down the field and cheer for him. He's out there running, trying to make a block, and he makes two. Vince shows me two fingers.
I'm still trying to process that. Until I saw the replay, I did not know that was the quarterback that was running down the sidelines making those blocks.
That was amazing.
Well, Liberty has their work cut out for them, Brian. They've been down 20 points tonight, and they have fought back. I would expect them to do the same thing right here. Look who they've got back, Musa Penne. He could turn this thing around in one touch of the football.
Well, and also you've got Scruggs there right in front of him. So if Grant Scruggs, he might get the football if they try and squib this thing. Desmond Eden, as we mentioned, was injured earlier. He's back in the game. Duct tape and baling wire put him back together, and he's back in there.
He was holding his shoulder, his neck. Maybe he just had a pinched nerve. A very short kick. You're right. Scruggs will – nope.
Penne moved up, actually, to get that ball. And now he's going to scoot outside, past the 35, gets a nice block, cuts inside to the 45, and gets hammered. Whoa. Talking about a nice block downfield, though. Number 25, Stephen Borlas, had a good block in front of Penne on this one.
This kid's electric. You just don't know what he's going to do anytime he gets the ball. Switches hands, looks downfield, keeps his head up, tries to make more, and then just a big hit by, I think that might have been number 56, Napatu.
Just stick with the number, Vince.
56.
Dvorsky now trying to bring Liberty back to within a touchdown.
Well, we've said it all night. They've got the ball at the 45-yard line. Very short field for the Lancers.
Musa Penne, the lone wide receiver to the left. And they pitch it outside. This is Pelt. Gets about 2 yards. Does Cyrus Pelt, junior running back. 2nd and 8.
Not a bad play. Get a couple yards, positive yardage. The last two running plays have been negative yards.
And more importantly, just keep that Sierra defense thinking, okay, they're not just going to try and pass it.
Yep. I'm a little surprised Lancers aren't in a little bit more of a hurry. Under 9 minutes to go. Walking up to the line. As we've seen, Sierra all night has run a no huddle pretty much all night long.
Dvorsky with Penne to the left.
High snap.
Over his head, but he's come down with it. Now he's going to throw it way up in the air and throw it away. And Coach Gossage, not quite as talented, can I say, as Penne. Dropped that football.
Well, Dvorsky, give the kid some credit. We've talked about how he's had to handle those high snaps, the low snaps. When that ball is that far off the mark, that just throws your rhythm off completely. Your receivers, a lot of these are timing routes. When you're spending a second or two just trying to get the ball in your hands, everything is thrown off.
Most definitely. Elijah Archuleta comes into this football game, and out comes Jack Shaver. He's done a good job for Liberty tonight. He's not happy. Comes over and puts his head on the bench. So Dvorsky in there with Pelt. Hands Pelt the football, and he goes down immediately. I can't say enough how amazing this Sierra defense has been. Toa Napotu comes in again, makes another tackle, and he's a lineman. He's not a linebacker.
Yeah.
He's shedding the lineman up front and making tackles in the backfield.
3-man front. And they've ran it all night long. They've made the adjustments when they've had to. Lancers are going to punt this away, or do they dare fake it again
Musa
and let
Penne
Penne do his magic.
Oh, no.
Now he's going to have a
He's
choice.
have to run now. Picks it up. Nope. Thought about punting it.
I like that.
Nice little fake right there, but he's way too far from the sticks to get the first down, and Sierra brings him down, and there's Musa Penne picking him up off the ground. Well over his head. Just another mistake. Just too many mistakes for Liberty tonight, Vince.
They really have been, and it is early. You have to take care of the ball. One of the keys to the game, if you remember back to our pregame show from the Liberty Lancers, be solid on special teams. They have, returning the ball tonight, they've been very good. Trying to punt it and extra points, they've not been very good.
No.
You have to be consistent, and they have not done that tonight.
Well, actually, if you look at the three keys to the game, the first one was the turnover battle.
Yeah.
They didn't win that one either.
Nope.
So, Coach Gossage, I'm sure in his first year with this Liberty team, he's going to try and keep their heads alive. And there are a bunch of young players out there, and you can expect them to make mistakes, especially in their first games, playing in high school football. But there are plenty of things to build on here, and this game still isn't over with 7:38 left, although it's Sierra's football at the 25-yard line.
And again, two teams that have fought hard tonight, but have fought hard the last few seasons just trying to get a win. Sierra has had one win in each of the last 3 seasons.
This would be a huge win for them tonight if they could pull this off.
It really would. Liberty had 2 wins last year, 2 new head coaches, and we met both of these coaches before the game. Very charismatic. They care about their kids. They want them to be successful, and they understand there are going to be growing pains, which we've seen tonight. But we've also seen some great flashes of what these 2 programs can accomplish if they keep at it throughout this year and the years to come.
Years to come, because you get some experience, you learn some things out on that high school football field. You can get better. So Isaiah Wilburn now splits far to the right.
I will be absolutely shocked if the Stallions put this ball in the air.
Burgess in the shotgun, and Elijah Smith behind him. Burgess going to, I believe he's waiting for the official. Now he gets the nod, and here we go. To Smith. Look at Burgess. He's out there blocking again.
He followed the back right through the hole.
Great as a runner as Elijah Smith is, and he's made great plays tonight. Look at Burgess.
Here he comes.
Here's one block. There's another block downfield. He hands the ball off and then beats him up the field to make a block. That's amazing.
I'm not sure what to say.
Connor Burgess. That's amazing. 1st and 10. Ball at the 14-yard line. Burgess hands it to Smith. Smith plows ahead. This time Burgess kind of just watched him.
He's tired. Still 3 yards on the pickup.
And Burgess comes out now, and it looks like, he lost a pad or something. Had to get it to Deaton on the sidelines. He comes back out there, and Desmond Eden is back in the game.
It'll be interesting to see here how far they let the play clock run down. It's under 20 now. They're in no hurry to get up to the line, and you can't blame them.
And that's a senior, Connor Burgess, at quarterback, so he understands. He's listening to his coach. Snap the ball at 7. Get it inside to Deaton, and Liberty is right there to bring him down. Good job by number 50 for the Lancers. Kiari Kelly. So it's going to be 3rd and about 6 for Sierra. And you got to think this is 4-down territory. Sierra, they did attempt 1 field goal tonight. Didn't do so well.
Well, Deaton's back, so he can kick.
Deaton in the backfield along with Burgess.
And they are milking that play clock.
Burgess sends Smith in motion, and they hand it off. Nope, Deaton, the fake. Here comes Burgess. There's a flag down, and a great job defensively by Liberty on the far side. A nice tackle.
25. Stefan Borles.
Borles with a nice tackle, and there was some illegal motion there, I believe, for Sierra in the backfield. If you're Liberty, I think you want to push him back.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And that's going to drive Coach Ursery crazy. You don't want to stop the clock in that situation.
And they do push it back. So it's going to be 3rd and 18, according to the scoreboard operator.
That had to have been an illegal block. That's a, what, 15-yard penalty, or was it 5-yard penalty?
It was a 10. It seems like 12, so it must have been from the spot of the foul.
Right.
15-yard penalty. And Burgess with Eden in the backfield with him. Burgess takes a snap, looks, quick hitter. Here we come inside. That's Burris. Burris breaks a tackle, touchdown, Sierra. And that should just about do it for the Stallions, who, as you said, they're going to be a little excited, Vince. They've won 1 game each of the last 3 seasons. If you start with a win, there's a high probability you might get 2.
I could not agree with you more. This is all speed. He makes a great cut, but then he just beats everybody to the end zone. Great play call by the Stallions, and I think that might have caught Liberty off guard a little bit. I said I'd be shocked if they threw the football. They had the confidence, and they made it work.
Well, they had to if they were going to try and get a first down instead of kick the field goal. And here they go for 2 again, 32-13. Burris hands it to Deeden. Nope, keeps the ball, comes around the end, got some good blocking. There's a flag, and I don't think they're going to count that 2-point conversion. It's going to be a hold against Sierra. They're going to back them up 10 more yards. And I think, Vince, they're not kicking because they're not confident enough in their kicking game. It's not that they're trying to rub it in or anything.
Right.
I think they're going for 2 because that's, a way to try and convert.
I agree. The kicking game has not been special. Kickoffs, punts, or extra point attempts for the Stallions tonight.
Got a 5:19 left in this one.
5th penalty against the Stallions in this second half. Just 1 for the Liberty Lancers.
And high school coaches will tell you, okay, for the Liberty Lancers, it would take a miracle to come back in this football game, but it's a teaching moment. It's time to show your players that, hey, the game's not over and we don't stop playing. Burgess takes the snap. He's going to look upfield, throw it deep. He's got a man down there, and it's knocked away by Liberty. A good job defensively by Scruggs. Stops the 2-point conversion, 32-13. Will be where we're at, and the Lancers will get the ball back.
And they'll come out firing. They're not going to go down without a fight. They want to get back into this game. Like you said, probably a little too much to overcome tonight. But if they can come out here, maybe they'll work on that 2-minute drill. Let's get the ball down the field. As you said, teaching moment that they may be in a situation where they're down 3 points, 6 points, 7 points later in the season, and they will remember back to this time.
And the coaching staff talking to the Lancers. Probably got some sort of return they want to put on, which we know is to get the ball to Musa Penne.
Hats off to
do some blocking.
Lancer fans. Not many of them are left tonight, sticking by their team.
They had a great show at halftime. The Liberty Band, they always put on a good show.
Indeed.
The fans love that. So Eric Gossage walks up the field to watch Sierra kick off. He wants to see if they're offsides again. Sierra's really staying back. And Musa Penne drops the football, picks it up at the 21-yard line. He's got some room on the left-hand side. Can he get around the corner? He does. At the 35 to the 40, kind of skips a little bit and dives out to the 45-yard line. I wonder if Musa's kind of feeling it a little bit. He was getting some work for, I think, cramps early on.
Well, I'm not sure how many offensive plays the Lancers have run tonight, but you can bet he's touched the ball on most of them.
Yes, he has. He looks a little tired out there. 5:10 left.
Another short field for, we've said that all night,
yes.
Broken record. I mean, they really have great starting position on their offensive drives.
Smith, Penne, and Pelt split to the left. And a lone receiver to the right, another bad snap. He's got a man wide open. Dvorsky sends it down there, he's got it. What a catch And touchdown for Hickman. Adrice Hickman got open back there and then had the presence of mind to keep his eye on the football, and it got to him, and the Sierra defender couldn't stop the ball. Look at it again. What a great job by Dvorsky, bringing that down and then just chucking it up the field.
I told you they'd come out firing, and a great job, as you said, by Hickman. Great concentration. There was a defender in his face, looks it into his chest, and then runs it into the end zone. Brian, that took one play in about 3 seconds.
DJ Dorsey was on the coverage back there for Sierra. We haven't seen him in the game much tonight. And Liberty gets back on the board. They will try and kick the extra point to cut it to 12. Kazuski. Hold by Scruggs. Kazuski punches it through. It's good.
That's unbelievable. The ball was laying on the turf. He stopped, waited for it to be reset, and then kicked it through the uprights.
32-20. So now it's Coach Gossage do an onside kick here to try and this game's not over, Vince.
No, 12 points.
Especially with a play like that.
Just about 5 minutes to go in the contest. Back with some momentum, the Lancers. Is it too early to try an onside kick?
Well, not down 2 scores, I don't think.
I agree with you. And let's see how Sierra lines up. They have been 20 yards off the kick line all night long. Will they move up? Will they bring in their hands team? It looks like they are.
They've got Connor Burgess up front there, along with Dorsey and Isaiah Smith. They're bringing all their guys up.
So the Stallions expecting the onside kick. You're taking a good look at the Lancers. Most likely their special teams coach. Kazuski will be the kicker.
And Isaiah Smith does come forward this time. He's got them all lined up at midfield rather than being back 20 yards.
Stallions have, like you said, just one man back.
Bryce Kazuski. Let's see what the Lancers do.
Onside.
Squibs it. And a nice catch and a good job by the Sierra Stallions to keep that ball. That's number 18. Andrell Sanders Jr. making a nice play.
Is that the first time we called his name tonight?
It is. It's been in there.
Good starting field position for Sierra. Again, they did score on the passing play, their last possession, but I really think you're going to see a good dose of Elijah Smith, a good dose of Connor Burgess, and perhaps Desmond Eden back there making things happen.
It's Smith with Burgess in the backfield right now. And it is Smith to get the handoff. Liberty should know what's coming. So far they haven't been able to. Oh, good job there by the Lancers.
Number 50?
That is Kiari Kelly, who came in and made the senior, made another big tackle and got Smith and wrangled him and threw him back. After he'd gained about 3 yards, he ended up with no gain. So Burgess is really watching the clock, and he's smart. This is smart by Sierra to run as much clock as they can. There's still 21 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, and Smith had a 3 or 4 yard gain, and then the extra effort brought him back to the line of scrimmage.
Burgess again to Smith, takes a handoff up the middle across the 50-yard line, still going down to about the 47. So it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 4. But strong running again by Elijah Smith.
And look who's out there trying to block people again.
Burgess. Timeout Liberty. Coach Gossage trying to keep his team in this game. Sierra over there.
I know they need to stop here. 3rd down, 5 to go, 4 minutes. I'm not sure I would have called my timeout right there.
It's tough. I mean, when you're down 2 scores, he's just trying to keep him in the game. And this is a huge play. I think if Sierra gets a first down here with the 25-second play clock, you're looking at not much time left. You've got to get 2 scores. You need to get a stop right here.
Both coaches have their teams huddled up. You're right. This could be the biggest play defensively of the night for Liberty. If they have any chance, they've got to make a stop right now.
Well, I think it's a big play. You know why? Because there's two kids down here with their iPads ready to record the play.
They're taking selfies.
If they were just watching 20 TV.
Yeah, exactly. Lancers are back on the field. Come the Stallions. Looks like they're in a bit of a hurry.
Burgess is in there. Smith to his right. We'll see if he can. He gets the football. Cuts it up inside, and he will have a Sierra first down.
Still running. That kid runs hard.
He does. The Lancers have not been able to stop Mr. Smith tonight.
Going to get another dose of Smith and the Stallions running attack. The clock moving.
Actually, Eden back in the game now.
Burgess asking for the coaches to call the play. It's like a lineman.
The
had to leave
coaches
the
don't
game.
want to call it until the play clock starts, and it just started. 20 seconds still left on the play clock. Burgess with Eden in there. And they wait till 10 seconds before they really set. The line, the receivers. Here's Burgess. He's going backwards. He's looking for someone to throw it to. Threw it right there. Wow. What a play and presence of mind to get that ball to Burgess. And we've got a flag, and it may be some unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, that has to be what it is. It came after the play. Officials are going to talk about it. It looks like it's going to go against the maybe Stallions.
See what we got here. I don't know. He's talking to the officials.
He's picking up the flag.
No flag on the play.
That's nice to see when the officials get together, talk about it.
I like how the guys in the truck can pick the flag up too. The flag's there. The flag's gone.
It's amazing.
Yep. 2nd and 9 instead of the flag. See. Desmond Eden in the backfield with Burgess. And the clock just continuing to run down. Still 13 seconds on the play clock.
Stallions in no hurry here.
Not at all. Inside 3 minutes, they get it to Burgess.
This surprises me.
Back to pass. Oh, he's taken off. Good job to fake the pass there, and he got a first down.
Nice tackle on the play. We've called Bryce Kazuski's name quite a bit tonight. Good form tackle, just lowers the shoulder right across the numbers.
How impressive is Connor Burgess?
He's been great, although I think that Coach Ursery would tell him there, great job getting those extra yards, stay in bounds.
Yeah. Clock is stopped, 2:47. And he's still waiting for the play clock, but he's doing what he's told, Vince. Yep. Play clock down to 7, he takes a snap. Here comes Eden. On the outside, we got a flag, another flag, maybe 2 holds on that play. As Eden thought he had a first down, but I think it's all coming back.
Stein's looking at their bench. They know it too. Coach is telling them we don't need that right now.
Well, but the key for Coach Ursery is to just keep control of that football. The last thing Sierra wants right now is a turnover. Of course, that's what the Lancers want.
Absolutely. And you know they're tackling the football. They're going for that turnover, and rightly so. Lancers moving back the Stallions, 10 yards. Clock will stop.
A little late on a school night, Vince.
Yeah, a little late for old guys, too.
Now the clock's running. 1st and 20. Play clock at 15.
I think those linemen are tired of holding that 3-point stance.
Oh. There's one peeking up.
Yep, and there it is, a false start.
They should probably just get up and put their hands on their thighs and wait
until 10 seconds
on the play clock.
I I was wondering how long it was going to take for that to happen. That's hard to do late in the game.
It is. So Sierra backs up some more. Liberty's going to hope for a turnover. They'll start the clock again. The play clock, that is. And Burgess is still going to wait for that play clock, even though the game clock is not running. Here comes Eden up the middle. Got another hole. Lancers bring him down, but it's still going to be second and a long way from home.
You know, how many times have we seen this same play in this second half, and yet Liberty cannot stop it? Good job by this offensive line. As you'll see here, look at the push again. Look at 54 getting that seal block on the outside.
Coach told us about Isaac Vigil before the game. He said he's one of his stars. He's going to be one that's going to help lead this Sierra team. Impressive Sierra team tonight. 2:05 left in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a timeout because the teams have. We'll be back with more on 20 TV. .205 left in this one. The Liberty Lancers down 12, and Sierra has the football. Burgess and company trying to run out the clock with Desmond Eden in the backfield.
Gonna need at least one more first down to do that.
Here comes Eden. Churning. These Sierra runners just do not stop moving their legs.
And they've seen a lot of action tonight.
It's an impressive lot tonight. And you know what's really impressive? Didn't you tell me they put the decals on their own helmets?
They did their own helmets this year, kind of a team building event for this team. They painted them. They put the decals on. They created the decals. And the part of that is to take ownership, take pride in the S on the side of that helmet.
And Dre Ursery, if you're just joining us or haven't joined us since way in the beginning of the game, a 2005 graduate of Sierra High School, went and played at Youngstown State, a very good football program, and he's bringing some discipline, bringing some heart back to Sierra football. Once a very tough team. And Desmond Eden to the 30.
And I told him before we came back up in the press box, he looks like he could still play. He's in shape.
He is. Of course, if I was 13 years removed from high school instead of 30-something.
Come on, Brian. You could still play.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
For a play.
Maybe. As long as I could stand on the outside and not do anything. Clock running down, and this clock will be inside of 30 seconds before this play is over for sure. Play clock down at 10 now. As Burgess milks it. This could be the last snap of the game. It sure will. Burgess takes it, and he's going to run with it. He's looking up the field, not sure why. Throws it down there, and it is incomplete, I guess because it was 4th and 10.
Right, Lancers will get another Hail Mary chance. Hey, they scored on the last one.
They certainly did. And 17.9 seconds separate the Sierra Stallions from a victory over the Liberty Lancers. These two teams haven't played in the last 7 years. Last time they played was 2011. Lancers got the victory back then.
And it's a good test for both these teams. And it makes sense to schedule this as a non-conference game. What, Sierra has to drive 12 miles, 15 miles up the road to play, or vice versa if the Lancers had gone down to play at Harrison High School Stadium down there?
District 2.
Yep.
That's District 20 without the 0.
Very good, Brian.
I can do math too. Musa Penne trips to the left. Dvorsky back to pass, running for his life right now, though. He's going to take it off. He's going to get out of bounds after a first down across the 40-yard line with 10.6 seconds left, and we got a flag.
Late hit.
Might move the sticks 15 more yards up the field and across the 50-yard line. .6 seconds. And dead ball foul, personal foul, Sierra. Sure enough, that's going to move the ball to the, probably should move it to the 45-yard line of Sierra. 10.6 seconds left. Lancers trying to get one more on the board.
$15 penalties.
Wow.
Against the Stallions tonight.
Plenty against Liberty as well. Dvorsky, high snap again. He's got Penny out here. He's rolling. He's going to give it all he has. Throw it up there for Smith. It got through everybody, including Smith. It goes incomplete. 3.7 seconds left now.
They'll have one more shot.
Good look at the football on the ground. Best shot Jason Carter's given us tonight.
Ouch.
3.7 seconds. This should be the last play of the game.
Man, I'm glad I'm in the booth tonight. One more shot here for the Lancers.
Musa Penne and Chris Smith split to the left. Let's see what Dvorsky can do. Another high snap. This time they go short. Williams couldn't handle it, gets hit from behind, and that will do it as Burgess knocks him down, and the game comes to an end. The Sierra Stallions come to District 20 Stadium and defeat the Liberty Lancers. They're loving it on the Stallion sideline for Coach Eric Gossage and his team. They're ready. They've learned some lessons, and they can do a lot with that as both teams head to midfield to shake hands, and that'll do it for our 20 TV crew. Thank you very much, Mike Byron, Jason Carter, Tom Paul, Nick Arseniak on the cameras, Adam Parker on the replay machine, and Rob Parrish running the show. Adam Drake making sure things are good. And Liberty loses it 32-20 for Vince Greco. I'm Brian German. We'll see you next time on 20 TV.